Hey, peace, y'all. Welcome to today's Hump Day readings with Sunshine Monie. I'm very happy to be here. Oh my gosh, it's such a good time. Happy Wednesday. Happy day of Alegua. Let me share my screen. For those of you guys that are on Meet Me and TikTok, just to let y'all know y'all is backstage. So, I'm a master this one day with like being able on the same situation. I don't even think there's technology for that. Hey, Daniel. Hey, Lindell. Peace, y'all. Welcome to the Hunt Day reading. Welcome. Hey, Guap. We're here. So on Wednesdays, I do tarot readings. For those of you guys who do not know, welcome to the new people. And then I also I haven't done the planetary forecast officially yet. So today we will be talking about some planets. Y'all ready? Just to let y'all know, today's mathematics, 10, 9, 8. We in the month of 10. This is the month of the Libra scales, having knowledge, the Ketchers in our cipher. You know what I'm saying? On this day of 9, this is the day of Yesod, dealing with the moon energy. 9 also deals with Sagittarius vibes as Obatala, which is the Orisha associated with Jupiter energy. So that's dealing with the sacral chakra. We're talking about joy, expansion, abundance, creativity, sensual energy, sexual energy could be in this space too. I'm saying. 9 dealing with Yesod is a divine womb. Now we're talking about the moon energy, giving life to things. 9 in supreme mathematics is the number of completion and wholeness. 9 is the number of being born. You know what I'm saying? What did we give birth to today? What y'all give birth to today? How was y'all tapped in? Hey, Viva, peace. How did y'all tap into y'all sacral chakra today? You know what I'm saying? That's a good question. Anybody got any answers? Y'all want to, more than welcome to join in and communicate and respond and stuff like, hey, I gave birth to this today. Hey, I used my sacral chakra for that. Why do I keep seeing 33 everywhere? 3 is the number of creation and emotion. So it's probably something that you need to get done. 3 is also the number of Bina. That's understanding. So there's probably something that you're lacking the ability to like grasp so that you can create something in your space. 3 and 3 come together and make 6 equality. So something that you need to create and connect to in your daily routine. Hey, Tamala. Peace. Oh, peace. But hey, y'all. That's probably why you keep seeing 3 everywhere. That's probably the message. And then when you're seeing the 3s, pay attention to your surroundings. Like, what am I doing right now? What am I talking about right now? Like, what's going on in this very moment that I'm seeing this 3. And then pay attention about the next time you see 3. I hope I answered your question. If I didn't, we can ask it in a different way. We can elaborate. But welcome to those that's coming in. Peace, y'all. Thank y'all for tapping the screen. Thank y'all for liking. Please share. I appreciate y'all. Feel free to follow me if you haven't already done so. I appreciate that too. All right, y'all. So yeah, mathematics, 9. So we're gonna take the 9, we're gonna put it into the month of 10, right? 1 0 is 1, of course. Put knowledge in your cipher also brings knowledge, right? So apply it to what I'm doing in that moment. Absolutely. What is it that you need to understand in this moment? What emotions are you feeling in this moment? What are you creating in this moment? Is it something to applicate? Because 2 3s together make 6. That's health, wealth, daily routine. So, and then 6 can also deal with Tepereth. That's the heart chakra, dealing with that Leo sun energy. To get to God, you got to go through the sun. So pay attention to the different elements of those 3s and those 6 in that very moment. Yeah, that'll definitely help you. So we're going to take the 9, we're going to put it into the 1, we're going to put it into the Ketters, we're going to put it into the knowledge. We love it here. And that brings us, again, to knowledge in our cipher. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for the follow, y'all. So definitely heavy energy with the Ketters today, with knowledge, getting that intellect and stuff. So once you give birth to whatever it is going to give birth to, you're going to learn a little bit more about it. You're going to grasp some knowledge about it. You're going to, 1 also deals with Ogun energy, which is the Orisha of Aries. That's the, you could deal with it with the first house as far as your appearance and your, aura body goes and the energy you give off and how people receive you and stuff like that. 1 can also deal with Ogun in the realms of being a cardinal energy. It's the gut that controls the mind. Everything starts with the thought. So Aries is the fire in the gut that says, hey, I'm hungry, I'm angry, I'm this, I'm that. And then the Scorpius energy starts manipulating things in your space to get it done. You know what I'm saying? So, you could think about the 1s in those different ways. So you're going to take that 1 and put it into the year of 8. This is the year of the wood dragon. Okay. With the wood dragon is like the earth dragon energy. The dragon is all about luck, right? Luck and abundance. But that luck and abundance comes from being stable and grounded. You know what I'm saying? So, because we're in wood dragon. So that's why I be saying high highs make low lows. The goal this year is to be the homeostasis in the middle. 8 deals with conception. It's the year of conceiving. What are you conceiving this year? Because you're going to give birth to it in the year of 9. This is the year of building and destroying. This year deals with Oya, which is the Orisha of Scorpio energy, transformation, storms, watching the currencies, whether it's the physical currencies because Oya also rules over the marketplace, or it's the nature currencies because Oya also rules over the storms and what storms bring. And we've seen a lot of that happen throughout this year of 8 with the different storms. Definitely heavily now as we're in the season of Aket. Knowing about Aket is the season of flooding. We are in the season of Aket up into, I don't want to lie to y'all. Let me go to my slide. I want to say January. But in ancient Kemetic, how ancient Kemetic is set up, instead of us having 4 seasons, we have 3. We have the season, the flooding, and then the low waters when things are growing and stuff like that. And then we have 4 months in each season. So each season gets that sense of stability, which I actually prefer, because having 4 seasons and 3 months per season, it seems like each season isn't that incomplete. It doesn't have a foundation because it's only in the 3s. But then each year having 4 seasons, kind of like you get stuck in a cycle instead of spiraling out. And that's just my personal, knowing about the numerology and how numbers move and all that stuff like that. I kind of prefer the 3 seasons, 4 months to a season. So yeah, we're in the season of flood from September to January. And then also reminding y'all, we just got out of the energy of Seth. And Seth was all about, destruction and chaos and all that. And that was and that stopped at the beginning of October, like October 2nd, we got out of Seth. Seth was only for a couple days, but it was the ignite, the storm energy. And now we're in the energy of Bastet, which is the cat being fertile, dealing with emotions and things of that nature. But let me come back to the mathematics. I'm too many sidebars. So we in the year 8, the year of transformation, building and destroying. And as far as the Sephiroths go, 8 deals with Sebek. That's Mercury energy. This is the energy of classification and labeling. A head is a head, a toe is a toe. We wouldn't have the names of the different kind of species or lands and waters or whatever if it wasn't for Sebek. So we move in gratitude with that energy on the 8th. This is also where man's ill lies at, because according to Metuneta, Ra'ul Nefer, this is where we get stuck at. We love to label things. We get stuck in the labels. Then we create new labels. Like, I'm getting out the box by creating a new label, but you still have a label and it's still separating from other things. And that's not to say that labels are not important. They are essential, because if you don't know the different parts of something, it's kind of hard to fix things or, communicate things. However, at the same token, you want to remind yourself it's still parts of a whole. Like, I can know protons and neutrons and electrons, but if I'm not paying attention to the atom, I'm doing myself a disservice. Same thing with your body. I can pay attention to the heart and the lungs and the kidney, but if I'm not recognizing the fact that this is all part of one whole, I'm doing the body a disservice. So that's the mindset with that. Y'all could be whatever demographics, whatever labels, whatever tribes, whatever groups, whatever individuals y'all want to be. That's your business. But don't forget, we're still parts of a whole. Don't get so caught up in being in your boxes that you like, that feel comfortable for you, that you forget. That's a lot of things that certain people like lose sight of, because it's like, oh, I'm in all these boxes, I'm in all these labels, and y'all in those boxes and those labels, and so I don't feel like I'm a part of y'all, so I'm about to go over here and separate myself from all of y'all, and then I'm going to criticize y'all. Yeah, that's being too far off into the 7s in the realms of the supreme mathematics. 7s will put you in a space of isolation due to cynicism. So be mindful of that. But being in the energy of Bastet, we are in here until October 17th. This is being sensitive, loyal, devoted, having great intuition. This is the deity of the cats, fertility and pleasure, looking for balance and avoiding conflict, charming affection. So we're going to take that one. We're going to put it into the year 8, the year of transformation. And that brings us to 9. Overall, today is a day of born. What are we giving birth to? Hey, Percy, peace to the God. What do you want to give birth to today? What are we giving life to today? What brought you joy today? How did you tap into your Orisha of Obatala? Did you overindulge in Obatala today? Were you overindulging in your sensual, sexual self and your joy? Did you give away too much today? You was too generous. You was too far off into that chesed energy. How did you tap into your sacral chakra today? Now in astronomically speaking, let's talk about what the planets did today. We started the day off. Remember, I'm on the East Coast, y'all. So if y'all not over here on the East Coast, I'm not saying don't listen to me. You guys, the planets still happen how they happen, but the times and the degrees may be a little bit different because this is based upon my pole where I'm at. All right. But we started the day off with a 34% waxing crescent moon. We're in the moon of building, but we're building intangible things. I really appreciate y'all for the follows. I appreciate y'all for tapping the screen, likes, please share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I really, really appreciate it. But yeah, so we're in the moon of building intangible things. So mindset, behavior, emotions, habits, moral and integral code. That's what we build on. That's what we're working on when we're in the waxing crescent, right? In tropical, we're in Sagittarius. Now, tropical is Western. It deals with the zodiac. That's focused on your thought process, how you think things to be. Because we thought up the 360-degree circle. We made the 12, 30-degree angles. Woo, woo, wow, right? So tropical deals with your thoughts. How are you thinking? What are you thinking? Well, it's on Sagittarius. It's on the 9, right? Because Sagittarius is Jupiter. That's Obatala. That deals with the 9. So, because Sagittarius rules over the 9th house. I'm sorry. Make sure I spread it out so those that hear me, and if this is your first time hearing me, y'all know what I'm talking about. Sometimes I get carried away because I've been doing it so much that it's just like, in my head. So I apologize to some of y'all that's not fully catching. But if you have any questions, feel free to ask, because I will slow down. I will backtrack. I will repeat. I don't mind. Okay. But yeah, peace to y'all that's on YouTube. Appreciate y'all for tapping in as well. Hey, goddess. But yeah, so tropically we're in Sagittarius, thinking about the 9s. Now, sidereal constellation in our happenings in the physical realms around us, we are also in Sagittarius. So you guys have been having different like sensual, sexual, creative, sacral chakra experiences as well. And then on the Draconic, we are also in Sagittarius. So the moon was in Sagittarius on all the realms. Yes, sometimes the moon is in different spots. Like yesterday, the moon was tropical in Sagittarius thoughts, but the sidereal was still in Scorpio. So some of our happenings were transformational. The constellation was in Ophiuchus. So while we were going through our Scorpius events, it was giving us the Ophiuchus responses. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, these are the preventative things I got to do, whatever the coming up to that realm of problem solving with the mindset of healing. And then in Draconic, which is your spiritual experience, we were in Sagittarius. So today, having it all straight through in Sagittarius, it's like not only was my mind, my body, and my events all in the sacral chakra energy, but so was my spirit. My spirit was giving me those confirmations of this is life, this is right, this is fun, I'm enjoying this, blah, 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 versus, I'm not enjoying this isn't fun, we don't like this over here. Again, what did y'all give birth to today? What was on y'all 9s? What was in y'all sacral chakra? What did y'all feel abundant in? What did y'all feel generous in? What did y'all feel like y'all was, indulging too much in? If you guys find yourself overindulging in some things, you know what I'm saying? All of those answers matter. You know what I'm saying? I tell people to keep a journal. I apologize that I have been slacking on my my daily mathematics with you guys. Libra season's been pretty fast for me. In a nutshell, Libra season is pretty fast, and it's like no matter how much stuff I get done, it's like, yeah, there's something you forgot, and it's like, oh shit. I'll get back to that, but I am going to do a catch up daily mathematics for y'all and have it posted, and then I'll be back on my regular. I'm saying, but yeah. So that's what we're dealing with the moon. All of this is happening in the 4th house. So this is happening towards your home and family. Hey, Dre, peace to the God. Hey, TikTosh and Laura, peace. Y'all always blessed. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Hey, Curtis. So all this was happening in the 4th house. So it's dealing with your maternal energy. It's dealing with home and family. It's dealing with your nurturing, how you nurture yourself. So do you guys take the time out to nurture your sacral chakra? Are you... or you over nurturing your sacral? Like, I always got to feel joy all the time, and I'm here and I'm standing up for my joy and my sacral chakra and my sensual energy and my sexual energy and all that stuff. Like, are you, how's your joy? How's your levels of joy at home with your family in that realm of things, in your comfort zone? You know what I'm saying? La la la. Let me see. I want to tell you guys, since we are in the moon is in Sagittarius straight through, there's different places across the world that's associated with the Sagittarius energy. So let me read off the different places on the map. Maybe some of you guys are really into the news and current events and all that stuff. If y'all are, feel free to comment like, oh, okay, that happened today. So Sagittarius rules over Kenya, Libya, Mauritania, Bangladesh, Barbados, Cameroon, Kazakhstan, Australia, Chile, Hungary, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, South Africa, and Spain. The cities that Sagittarius or Obatala energy rules over is Budapest, Naples, Nottingham, Sheffield, Sunderland, and Toronto. It's pretty interesting. La 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 la. Houses. The fourth house deals with our chest, our heart, lungs, blood pressure, and breasts of women. This house is mostly related to disease caused by women hormones and has a tendency to weaken the body parts up to a certain limit, which can even cause death. So, paying attention to those parts of yourself is essential. Dealing with the moon being in the fourth house right now. That's not the note I was trying to find. And then the fourth house is associated with your relationship with your maternal figure and your outlook on domesticity. Invest in your infrastructure by creating more private and nurturing spaces. And that's what the moon and Sagittarius is like. You guys should find joy in it. You guys should be. Thank you for the praying hand. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate you. Dre, how was your day? What did you do today? Peace, y'all, on TikTok. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for tapping the screen. Thank you for sharing and subscribing, following. I really appreciate all y'all for doing what y'all do. But yeah, this energy is in the fourth house, so it's in that space of that. So the sunrise was at 7:04 a.m., sunset at 6:28 p.m., and then Juno and Spica were in conjunction early this morning. That was at 2:16 a.m. Juno was 8 degrees north. So Juno is that. Am I on YouTube? Yes, my YouTube is lesnobodies. That's LESNOBODIES. And that's where I have my PowerPoint presentation, and it looks all pretty and it's fun there, and we love it here. So Juno is an asteroid that is associated with Hera energy. We know Hera was married to Zeus as far as like Greek, Roman mythology goes. And so Juno represents like, what do you need in a relationship to want to stay in it? Do you want to leave? Because Hera did everything but leave that man. killed the side chick, the children, and all that, and still ain't leave that man. So it's like, what's gonna give you that Juno energy? Now, Spica is a star in the Virgo constellation, so we can infer that Juno is sitting over there in Virgo constellation. Virgo constellation deals with analyzing, being practical, being grounded, your health, your routine, your moral and integral code, your sense of equality, right? Spica is associated with the ear of grain. This is the star in the ear of grain. It deals with art. It gives off the energy of Venus and Mars. So you're dealing with the heart chakra, the emotion, what you value, what you love, the facets of love and forgiveness. And then Mars gives you the motivation and the strategic energy, or that initiative energy together with that. And then reminding you that it is a Virgo energy. Yeah, so love and helpful to people that are sailing, like people traveling across water and stuff like that is heavy here. And this is also the energy of success, riches, and harvest. So harvesting today, what it is that you want in an interpersonal relationship, what will bring out the inner Hera in you is I think that's a nice alignment with the moon being in Sagittarius in the fourth house, right? Being sensual with the maternal, and some of y'all got baby mothers, you know what I'm saying? Some of you guys got women that you want to create babies with, I want to put you in my fourth house, you know what I'm saying? I want to make you part of my home and family. And some of you guys are in the space of manifesting, someone you want to create a home and family with. So that's a nice alignment. Juno and Spica, you might find yourself having those kind of conversations. Like, this is what I would prefer in a relationship. This is what I do not prefer in a relationship. My day was great, just tuning into the Oracle Goddess. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you. So Jupiter was stationary today. That also happened earlier this morning. Another energy on the nines, y'all. But Jupiter was stationary earlier today and began its retrograde motion. Just to remind you guys, Jupiter is in Gemini energy at the moment. So happy Jupiter return to my Jupiter in Gemini. So being in retrograde is kind of like you get to repeat the degrees. Gemini energy deals with community and communication, being versatile and adaptable, all that fun stuff. So having Jupiter in retrograde in that space is pretty interesting. because you get to repeat the degrees of finding joy in your community. You know what I'm saying? Jupiter also associates with the oracle, the sage, and wisdom, but more so wisdom from like, the cosmos, because Jupiter rules over the nervous system as well. So when you have the sacral chakra, you have Maya on one side, which is Neptune, and then you have, Obatala, Jupiter energy on the other side, on the external side. So it's kind of like having like the little devil, little angel on your shoulder, and then you act it out accordingly. Like, what do I want to do versus what's right, and then finding a balance between the two of those. But Jupiter being in retrograde is pretty cool. Like, do y'all find yourself want to find joy in more community events, want to be more part of your community, coordinating different things, communicating, invoking the stuff in your space that'll like soothe your sensual, sexual, creative energy. And then that's also a nice alignment with Juno and Spica as well. You know what I'm saying? They support each other heavily. Where did I say Jupiter? Jupiter, did I put the house up here? I did not. We about to look around and find out. All right, we'll get to that in a minute because I got to do my planetary forecast anyway. Hey, Tim, peace to the goddess. That's me being trying to do side notes on the main notes and then back to the side notes on the main notes with side notes. My Mars is in Gemini, so Jupiter doing the retrograde in Gemini is next to my Mars and my Vesta, and we love it here. I'm having a great time. I'll probably have an overabundance in doing lives and communicating with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Doing more community events. How are you feeling today? Guess what? I'm feeling really good. What's going on? What good news you got? How have you been expressing your sacral chakra today? Mercury and Spica are also in conjunction. Still coming back to the fact that I was telling y'all, today is a space to speak into existence the things that you want in an interpersonal relationship, what you're looking for, what you value in that space, what's going to have you acting like how Hera was acting for Zeus. Spica, again, is that success and riches. Oh, send me the magic ball. Thank you. It is certain. Hey, I'm not ready for November 2nd. I'm performing. You're not ready? Why are you not ready? What happened? So we are harvesting. We are speaking to existence the things that we want, the things that's going to bring us joy, and what invokes our creative energy. It's heavy here. So that conjunction happened at 5:56 a.m. this morning. Mercury was 2.7 degrees north. Minimal angle at 10:40 p.m. Mercury was 2.4 degrees northeast, and no, it was not visible. So with Juno, Mercury, and Spica having a little triangle situation going on this morning, if not in your dreams, because now my dreams make sense. Thank you for the good night moon. But not if in your dreams or awake or whatever it is, but like now you have in your spaces, like, what do I have to do on a regular basis? What do I have to bring into my space as a routine or a habit or whatever to have this kind of relationship that I want to have in my life? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause some of y'all trying to manifest this kind of person in y'all space, but are you ready for that kind of person in y'all space? Are you ready to change your habits? Are you ready to switch up some of the things in your moral and integral code or whatever to accommodate having this kind of relationship? You know what I'm saying? Are you willing to change how you communicate? Mercury and Spica are in Virgo. That's communication in there too. Are you ready to provide some type of transformation? Because some of y'all can communicate the things that y'all want in y'all space, y'all can invoke it, but y'all can also push it away in the same breath. So be mindful of that as well. Before first time I did it, then I have 2 seconds song by tomorrow, practice and stuff though. You gonna get it. You ready. You're not gonna cancel it, are you? Don't cancel it. Do it. Hey, Underworld, peace to the God. Thank you, Percy, for the likes and everything. I really appreciate you. Islam Mob, I believe I see a circle 7 over there. The max south declination of the moon during this lunar cycle begins too, so you'll start to see the moon is as close as it's going to be during this lunar cycle. It was actually pretty big. I went outside and saw it today because I've been waiting to see this asteroid, this second moon. Everybody, and I didn't see it yet. Did y'all see it? I didn't see it. But nah, the moon is pretty big right now. So now you're going to start seeing the moon go further and further away. The comet Sukkot Shan Atlas C 2023 A3 is conjunct the sun at 5:04 p.m. That happened, and that was 4 degrees northeast to the sun. And of course, it wasn't visible because the sun blocks it out. Now, whenever there's a comet anywhere near anything, comets are kind of like vacuums of like the solar system. So basically, it has all the celestial dust nuggets since the beginning of the universe. So having the sun deals with our experiences and our ego and our external self and how we interact and exchange, right? And so having a comet is such an ancient energy next to the sun, having some different ancient experiences is in like maybe some deja vu energy, but not deja vu in this life, deja vu from past life shit, aligning with different ancient energies. Maybe the energy you trying to invoke with the Sagittarius, fourth house vibe, or the speaker in Juno vibe, is probably some ancient past life energy you trying to invoke back into your space. Like you're still craving that kind of relationship, that kind of intimacy in your life, or that level of creativity, or that bond, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it goes all the way back to that. But that comment definitely deals with ancient energy. Seeing on the news all these different ancient lands popping up, people, not everything is in the news, you know what I'm saying? So certain people, uncovering things and discovering things and stuff like that. The North Pole of the moon is tipped into view today at 5:39 p.m. The moon and Cos Borealis are in conjunction at 4:41 p.m. The moon is 4 degrees south, minimum angle at 3:58 p.m. Observed, you could have observed it earlier today, but you probably still go out now. The sky is pretty clear, at least over here on the east coast it is. At 7:18 p.m. with a 4.1 degrees south-southeast. Hearing someone speak about the ancestors get me excited, and speaking math excellent. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I love what I do. I've been doing this for some years now. I want to say, like, as far as the planetary forecast goes, I've been doing this for a good 6 years. But I said Cos Borealis, right? That's the Sagittarius constellation. That's the energy of Jupiter and Mars, bringing ambition, pride, power, business, and justice. Taking over towns, is here promoting idealistic and humane ideas, mental stimuli, and justice. Is here with Cos Borealis and the moon. The intuitive energy was in alignment with that. So we do have people who do invoke with this kind of energy. We do have people that are over here trying to figure out how to besiege towns and take over stuff and woo wop. So that's what they were doing with that one. Now you are on that type time, that is the conjunction you could do it with the moon and Cos Borealis. Like, how do I take over this? How do I do that? You know what I'm saying? We do have some local government. I don't know why my mind went to that. It's probably one of y'all listening to me, but we do have some local government elections happening next year. So some of y'all might be doing y'all little sieges and takeovers and planning it. You know what I'm saying? As you should. And also today, the fortune, which is the cross between the sun and the moon, is in Cancer in the 10th house today. So tapping into that fortune energy, being in the home and family. Remember, the moon is in the 4th house. That's Cancer house. So tapping into that Cancer energy, paying attention to maternal vibes, what it is that you want to give a birth to, because the moon, Cancer, and 4th house is all associated with what? 9. That's your side, dealing with the divine womb. And supreme mathematics is being born. So being in alignment with all that, bring you to the 10th house. The 10th house deals with aspirations and success and achievements and all that fun stuff. And that was today's mathematics, as well as the astronomical report. I told you guys we were in the season of flood. This is our season. We're here till January. We are in the energy or the week of Bastet. Today is like the last day, kind of, sort of. Hey, goddess, peace to the God. Hey, Okie Cat user, and all of y'all. Hey, Dimples, thank you for tapping in. Make sure y'all tap the screen, like, share, all that fun stuff. I appreciate y'all. So, taking a breath. Hey, Tone, peace. This is the year of nickel. Brings leadership, impressions. Achievers strive to stand out, originality, and ideas. Biggest fears of the season are boredom and routine. We don't like to be bored. The figure 8 does not like to be bored. It likes to move always. That's just the flow of the infinity symbol anyway. The distance is, as far as the West African horoscopes go, horoscope is just a nice word saying telling time with nature. But the distance is October 4th to November 3rd. This is the energy of the dreamer, can escape dilemmas and problems, doesn't deal with problems well. That's that air vibe, you know what I'm saying? Finding tangible goals, becoming realistic is best during this time. Find your grounding. Just because you don't have Earth in your sun, the sun just deals with your ego, your experiences, right? I'm pretty sure you got Earth energy somewhere else in your chart. Find it, ground it with your sun experience, right? And if you need assistance, I do personal readings. I do astrological readings. I do numerology readings. Just hit me up in my inbox. Help you out with a reading. But yeah, flow with your tasks. Also, especially to my fixed earth babies during this season, yeah, learn how to flow with your tasks. The raven is the Native American energy at this time. Is again dealing with the butterfly clan. Butterfly clan is kind of like saying the air element. All right. So being a raven, the raven deals with thank you for the likes, goddess. I appreciate you. Peacekeeper, harmonizer. It's like a shadow side versus a spiritual side, which you can like associate with Libra scales, which deals with Mayat. Go too far off. I don't know if y'all know certain Libras that go really, really far off into the dark side. They can get really, really dark. They can be really, really nasty. And then I know some that, go on the other side and it could be very spiritual and righteous. Those are the Libra scales. The goal is to be in the middle, to be balanced, to use both. Because you need both. But then also in using both, always keep your heart as light as a feather. There's no room for God in a callous heart. You are God. There's no room for you in a callous heart. It's like holding coal, expecting it to burn to other people. You can't flow through your chakras being angry and holding grudges and all that stuff. So be mindful of that shadow side. Balance it out. Lighten your heart during the season. I know we moving mad fast in the air energy. I can't keep up with it. I'm an earth energy, y'all. It's a lot. It moves real fast. It hits you left and right. But those are the lessons under this experience. You know what I'm saying? Because right now the sun is only in Libra zodiac. So it's only our thoughts that's in Libra right now. We're still in Virgo constellation. So we're still having events around us that's related to practicality, daily routine, moral and integral code. You got people revealing theirs to you, and you're deciding in your mind, and that Libra mind, is this balanced? Is this righteous? Is this something I want to deal with? Is my shadow coming out? Is my shadow now becoming imbalanced? All those different things. Let the Libra mind, correlate with the Virgo experiences that you're doing in your daily routine, because it's going to help you in this year of 8 of building and destroying conception. What do you want to keep giving life to in this month of 10? You know what I'm saying? Then you'll notice a pattern. Every month of 10, I kind of give life to the same shit. Yeah. And you don't want to lock yourself in this shit, because next year you're going to give birth to it. So be mindful of what you're doing in this year at 8 on these days. Be mindful of people pleasing during this time too. Be mindful of storytelling to keep people pleased. That's not keeping your heart light as a feather either. You're creating a war within yourself, your righteousness, to keep peace outside of yourself with somebody else. And are you really keeping the peace? No, because you are being air on in an imbalanced way. You know what I'm saying? I know air can't really be put in a container or nothing like that. It's just out here. And so it's very difficult for me. All right, so moving on. Now y'all can tap into my YouTube if you want to check out what us on the tropical, sidereal, and draconic chart. Because I did the 10-2-8 already. How we started off the month on, because I do new moon and new moon. That's the energy here. That's the season. New moon and new moon. Our first new moon was October 2nd. Our next new moon is November 2nd. So we could start off. Let's do tropical. We can do tropical today. Let's do tropical today. Let's talk about our thought process today. Can you put the YouTube in the chat, please? Yeah. See, I'm not too good at TikTok yet, y'all. I'm sorry. I thought I was putting it on the thing, because I noticed when I come into certain people's rooms, it already got it on here. Like, oh yeah, this is the Cash App, this is the whatever. But I see you doing it. But that is the YouTube. Light Sight, peace. Hey Doris, hey Robin, Beck, call you guys. So October 2nd to November 2nd, tropically, mindset, zodiac energy. That's where we at. We started off, we had a nice little cluster happening in Libra energy. We had the moon was in Libra at a 2 degree, giving us that balance. We had the south node, which is where we're coming from, the dragon's tail, sitting over there at a 6 degree, working on our equality in the Libra scales. Then we had the sun over there at a 9 degree, giving us the things we want to give birth to, what we want to be born, what's on our yesod in the Libra scales. You know what I'm saying? So you might see a lot of your experiences of life showing you how balanced you are. You know what I'm saying? How balanced are you? You know, that's what you're going to attract. So if you're attracting a bunch of bullshit, it's probably because it's something imbalanced in you. And remember, this is coming from interpersonal relationships. Libra rules over interpersonal relationships. Sorry if I didn't say that already. Your bonds and your contracts. So if you're not satisfied with your experiences in those facets of things, I appreciate you for subscribing, Percy. Thank you, thank you. If you don't feel, hey Zell, if you don't feel yourself, you know, enjoying the interpersonal relationships, the bonds and contracts that you have yourself in, how you're experiencing them, just remember that as you give birth to it. We started the month off with this 10. Knowledge in our cipher is on Mercury. That's how we started this energy off. And also on Lilith. Mercury and Lilith were in conjunction, both at a 10 degree. They actually were at occultation, for real, for real. They both were at a 10 degree. So not only, so we were like really invoking our space, like the dark side of things. Because Lilith deals with like the dark side of the moon, when the moon is the furthest away from Earth. So it's like when that feminine primordial energy is the furthest away from society and societal standards and woo-wop. And that's where a lot of you guys seem to be going, especially in the Libra scales. Like justice for y'all is far out from what society is. And just invoking more of that into your space, you're going to see more of it coming on the black mirrors. You know what I'm saying? These black mirrors that we use. Like, okay, y'all want more like transformation to society or life as we know it and the way we have thought things to be. Fine, we're going to show it to you. You know what I'm saying? That's how that flows. And all that was happening in the 4th house, the house of home and family. Nurturing energy, the maternal feminine energy, all that fun stuff. So now, well, not now, but moving on to November in the 4th house. I was trying to think how I wanted to do this, because I usually just do drop. Yeah. All right, we're gonna flow. So that was how we started the month off in that 4th house. So moving into November 2nd, by the time we get to the next new moon, we're gonna have the sun and moon and Mercury still in that 4th house of home and family and maternal energy. However, it'll be in Scorpius energy. Remember, we're talking about tropical, the thought process. So stay with me. The sun is at 10 degrees. So finding that knowledge, the Keters in that Scorpio energy, transformation, empowerment, secrets coming out to play. You know what I'm saying? So by November 2nd, it's going to be some crazy stuff that come out, y'all. It's going to bring a lot of knowledge. It's going to be information from the Keters, and it's going to be transformational and empowering. Now, that depends on how you choose to digest this information, because some of y'all be getting information and y'all start falling off the Richters. Y'all start being dramatic, and whoa, that's Scorpion's energy too, though, because Scorpion's energy can be doing too much. Some of y'all be doing too much every time y'all get knowledge on something. But then, that's why the goal is to be the homeostasis in the middle in the realms of the figure 8. You know what I'm saying? So the sun is going to give us those experiences in the Keters on Scorpio. The moon is going to be in Scorpio as well at a 17 degree. So that's knowledge of God. One also deals with the Keters and the downloads and stuff like that, taking initiative, while 7 deals with the Libra scales, the scales of Maya. And it also deals with supreme mathematics, God. 7 in numerology is like, so that 1 and 7 together can bring you to a space of isolation, right? Being by yourself, being to yourself. Some of you guys can be put in positions of isolation, or focus on people that have been exiled, or, you know, jail, hospitals, hospice, boarding schools, and stuff like that. Spaces of exile. People you haven't seen in a while. That 1 and 7 come together and make 8. So it's transformations in the Scorpius energy and how you nurture the powerful self. You know what I'm saying? But that sun and moon both going to be a Scorpio energy, providing transformations to the right and left side of your third eye. That's why I say something crazy going to happen, something big going to happen. Please be mindful of how you ingest, digest, and then regurgitate, because some of y'all be doing too much. Mercury is also going to be a Scorpio. Now, Mercury is going to be at a crazy spot, because it's going to be at a 29 degree. And the 29 degree is kind of like snow in between the channels. When you change in channels, it's like that sound. So it could be a little difficult, you know what I'm saying? So being mindful of that. Mercury is that energy of invocation, which you bringing into your space. Mercury deals with harvest, our daily routine, our moral integral code, all that fun stuff. 2 and 9 come together and make mastery. So right here is just like, you know, when you're in a space of mastery and stuff like that, you're in a space of realizing like how good are you at this Pluto energy? You know what I'm saying? How good are you at standing in your power? Scorpio is the external side of the solar plexus chakra. So while Mars is the gut, the voice in your head, like, yeah, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we blah blah blah, fuck this, fuck that, or yes to this, yes to that, whatever. How well are you at implementing it on the outside of you? Or are you one of those people that like suppress the voices in your head, suppress what your spirit is telling you to do, suppress your intuition? Because Scorpio's energy deals with water. Water is intuition, right? So are you suppressing that, or are you utilizing it? Are you expressing it? Are you expressing it in a balanced way, or are you like Oya and you like fuck it, we just go do all this crazy shit? You know what I'm saying? Oya sometimes she did too much too. Woo, sometimes she did too much. Sometimes Oya did too much. So, you know, read the stories. You ain't gotta listen to me. You know, check out Virgo Virgin Talk. We got a whole episode about it. But yeah, so Mercury is like invoking that in your space. Like, are y'all doing too much? Mastery of the transformations and standing on your 1s and 2s. Really exciting being in the season of Scorpio during the month of 8. It's definitely going to be heavy dramatics and heavy building and transformation. Some of you guys is going to be heavy storms and currencies. Watch the currencies, not just actual water, but yes, actual water, but also currency. Like, watch the currency, how the money is moving and how the money is flowing. Also, we're on maritime law. So watch the currency with the maritime law. You know what I'm saying? A lot of stuff is happening with that as well while we're in the year of Oya, if y'all been paying attention. But that's all 4th house vibes. And that's how we're going to end up with Sun, Moon, Mercury over there in Scorpius energy, you know, giving us the realities of our powers. How powerful are you? And in your maternal energy and your divine womb, how powerful are you? And when it comes to your home and family, some transformations happening in your home and family, and your space and nurture is heavy here too. Then we move on to the 5th house. Now we started October, the first new moon off with the 5th house. We got Venus in the 5th house at an 11 degree over there in Scorpius energy, providing transformations to our heart chakra, more empowerment in our heart chakra. It's getting harder and harder to ignore your heart's desires and what it is that you value and prioritize. Also, transformations to your space of forgiveness and what you find love and beauty in. You know, for the good or for the bad, depends on your individual experience and how this Venus is aligning with your personal Venus. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. And if you guys need assistance with reading your charts and aligning them with the transit chart, feel free to hit up a goddess. Don't forget, this is the tropical chart as well, especially for you guys that's just coming in. Supernatural, power, blessings, peace, Winston, peace to the God. Yeah, don't forget this is the tropical chart we're going over, so we're just going over your thought process right now. Now, tomorrow we're going to go over the Vedic chart, and we're going to go over the happenings, okay? We do all 3 charts over here. I don't mind. Thank you for the follow. Peace, sweetie girl. How you doing, love? Hey, sharks. Sharks on a move. That's interesting. Thank you for the follow. So yeah, we started off Scorpio. So Venus over here, and our wealth transformation happening, empowerment transformation happening in the space of wealth and love and business and all that fun stuff like that. I gotta catch up on the current events. So I'm pretty sure there was transformation of power in certain business structures and stuff like that. Wasn't that the beginning of the month? Was last week? Let me think. If y'all know a news story, please feel free to type in and let me know, because I really be minding my business. But to give you guys, more relative content to, further elaborate on how the stars and the numbers affect our actual life. I guess I should be more in tune with other people's business. But I'm not big on the news and all that. Like, if I haven't personally experienced it, I don't really be, on it too hard. I don't know if that's right, wrong, but I do know it's indifferent. I don't know, y'all. Help me out. Was there something happening in political stuff? Then the business? Oh, we had that explosion. Was the explosion happening at the beginning of this month? That chemical plant exploded. Oh yeah, we had the strike. See, y'all didn't even remind me. What is y'all doing over there? Hey, Blue. we had the strike happen. And I think the strike was like 3 days. but they did make like a $30 increase or something like that. So yeah, that's heavy on the Venus. Venus at the space of mastery. Okay, let's move on. Because I wasn't doing a good job there, was I? I didn't. Anyway, so the vortex is over here in the 5th house as well. The vortex is what we attract, and it's at a 2 degree, so it's at that degree of balance. Peace, Heru. Peace to the guy. Hey, Nicole and Cheryl. But what we were attracting was Obatala, Sagittarius energy. Hey, Carl. Does it say Carla? Yeah, it does. Hey, Carla. Carla Bob. I like that. That's fun to say. Carla Bob. I like that. I don't know what I want to name Carla Bob, but now I want to name something Carla Bob. But yeah, what you attracting in your space is sacral chakra energy. What are you attracting from the oracles and the sage and the wisdom? And that's definitely like a nice alignment with like being in the month of 10, which is Ketters in our cipher, knowledge in our cipher, and getting the downloads. Being in Libra energy, which is the air energy. We done put the seeds into the soil during Virgo season. And you know how like nature moves, the wind starts blowing the seeds and we start, fertilizing. I don't know. But that's how the cosmic seeds get blown into the Libra wind and, all that fun stuff. So Vertex is on in the 5th house. The 5th house deals with Gemini energy. That's community communication. How you doing, Blue? Community communication, being adaptive, being flexible, intellect, and then finding joy in these spaces while you're doing it. Getting that intellect and tapping into your spiritual community. The people you're supposed to align with on that energetic level is heavy here too, especially with the sacral chakra. So now during this space, we set the tone of you meeting people that align with your sacral chakra. Like, I find joy in doing certain things. So now I'm starting to meet people that find joy in doing the same things as me. And we love it here. Now, some of you guys feel intimidated by meeting people that like the same things as you. So the first thing y'all might do is go into like debate wars. Stop doing that. That is not in alignment with Libra scales, the Maya scales. Justin, how you feeling? Justin in out 920. Your birthday is 920? Stop. My birthday is 919. See? That's what's up. So that's how we started the 5th house. Now, by the time we get to the next new moon, we still have Venus and the vertex in the 5th house. Now both of them are in Sagittarius energy. Venus will be at an 18 degree. That's 1 and 8, dealing with that Ogun and Oya energy, which is the internal and external side of the solar plexus chakra. Dealing with the enforcers, celestial enforcers. So you really find yourself enforcing what it is that you have in your heart chakra. Hey, Sky Blue, peace, peace. Thank you for the likes. I appreciate y'all. Let me go for tapping in. So really enforcing what you prioritize, what you see value in, and getting that energy from that Sagittarius, like being like abundant and expansive and finding joy. Thank you for the follow, Justin. Hey, Virgo gang, you already know. We love it here. I love my Virgos. And then the vortex is over here at a 26 degrees. So finding balance in your daily routine as you're enforcing. So for some of you guys, by the time we get to, hey, Mike, peace to the God. For some of you guys, by the time we get to November, like your daily routine is going to be shaken up. Like whatever it is that you're doing now on a regular basis, by the time we get to the next new moon, you ain't going to be doing a lot of that. It's going to be a whole different routine. You're going to be like, flexing yourself too. If it's in your favor or not in your favor, that's up to you and what you got going on. And how you're aligning with this. Some of y'all are your own resistance. So work on that. Trust the universe. Yeah, but a day is crazy though, right? A day apart. That's cool. So then we get into the 6th house. Now, when we started the month off, the 6th house started in Sagittarius energy, but we don't have any major celestial bodies in that energy. And then the 6th house, makes it up to the descendant line. Now we're in that line of the energy that you absorb from other people. And that stops in the Capricorn. So you have, that Capricorn energy is the energy that you've been receiving from other people, giving you that infrastructure, dealing with the government, different challenges that give you the discipline, the order, and the boundaries. My mother is a Virgo, and I have 2 Virgo daughters. Oh, so you just over there being blessed. I think Virgo kids are dope. I have a Virgo brother on my mom's side, and I have a Virgo brother on my dad's side. I'm the oldest on both sides of my family. I think that's all I have. But I like Virgos. I'm more so surrounded by Tauruses more than anything. My mom, my stepdad, my son, my ex-in-laws, all Taurians. Peace. Hey, Dr. Green Thumb. Peace, peace. How you doing? Happy Wednesday. So, yeah, so we started off this energy, no celestial bodies in there. Now, by the time we get to the next new moon, we're gonna have Pluto over here living his best life. Because Pluto's in retrograde right now as well. It don't retrograde too much. It's more so retrograding in the latitude than it is in the degrees. How's your Wednesday going, Dr. Green Thumb? He said, wow, yeah. See, Earth signs, they really get along. I rock with my Earth babies. But we'll have Pluto over here in the 6th house, and it'll be at a 29 degrees, still at that channel. And that's why Pluto is giving us a hard time, because Pluto has been at this 29 degree for like the last 3 moon cycles. Just creating like crazy transformations for people. And so like y'all just learn how to flow with Pluto, like creating transformations for our infrastructure, our challenges in our life. Capricorn rules over our root chakra. Capricorn rules over the external side of our root chakra at that. So that is like the boundaries that we create. That's like space of business. That's like, how, everybody been through trauma. When you go through trauma, you got to go back to the root chakra. You got to go back to your Saturn. You got to go back to your Capricorn. And so that's what a lot of us have been doing for the last couple of years, especially in the year 7 and in the year 6, if you were doing the work. But last year was year 7. And I know personally by me I've done readings. I think I did like over 1,000 readings last year. A lot of you guys were, really gearing yourself and doing the root work and getting down to your inner child and, figuring out different ways of survival, because Capricorn deals with how you're surviving as well. So like y'all was really like invoking these things in your space and learning about these things. So now we're in this year of like Pluto providing the transformations in these spaces for us. Because in order for some of us to live the life that we want to live and have this kind of life that we want our children or our descendants to have, certain infrastructures got to get destroyed. And yeah, is it difficult? Is it painful? Is it confusing? Is it scary? Yeah, it depends on what you like prioritize. It depends on what you value the most and stuff like that. But it's necessary. Like a lot of things that we put on a pedestal, a lot of things that we had in powerful positions in our space. Pluto's associated with Oya, which rules over the marketplace, business, the witches. Thank you for the rose. I'm usually surrounded by Sages, like my son. Okay. I don't see when I am around a Sag, I do have a good time, because Sagittarians are very intellectual and we both like to travel. On a Chinese scale, I'm a horse. So like my horse self in Sagittarius, we be like, yeah, we love it here. And then also my Lilith is in Sagittarius. So they kind of like, bring out that dark side of me. Like we have a good time here. Oh, I forgot I still had that thing up there. But yeah, I had fun with Sagittarians. All is well. Good to see you. Always a pleasure to see you. So yeah, that's Pluto. Pluto over there in the root chakra, doing the transformations, doing the big things. And we move in gratitude, and we just take a deep breath and we trust, because Pluto's over here in the 6th house too. So that's your daily routine. That's your health and wealth. That's what you're learning about. So all the things that you learned about, hey Terry, peace. So all the things that I don't even have you as a I'm sorry, Dr. Green Thumb. Let me get my life together. But yeah, so being in the 6th house, the 6th house rules over our daily routine and our health, wellness, and what we're learning. How's your day going, Terry? Happy Wednesday, my love. And so we're creating transformations in that too. So you'll notice like a lot of things that you've learned being debunked, different topics, different subjects, stuff in school. Bella LaFleur. Is that my Bella? I don't know if that's the same Bella, but if it is, hi. But yeah. So transformations and all that. All of that. 6th house is wild though. Your daily routine. That's why I say like whatever we end up doing in the month of November is gonna be way different than October. October it's gonna be very interesting, y'all. And peace to the people that's in the middle of some of these storms, because that's Pluto, that's Oya over there too, shaking up the foundation in some of y'all towns, and how y'all go about y'all daily routine in y'all neighborhoods and stuff like that is being shaken up and being taken by storm as well. So then we go into the 7th house. We started, on October 2nd, that new moon energy that's where Pluto was. That's how we started. Pluto was over there in the 7th house, providing transformation to the Libra scales, the Mayat scales of righteousness, and how we were implementing them. Still at the 29 degree of Capricorn. So it was still like, transformation and revealing and all that, how often do you go to Philly? I used to go to Philly all the time, but I kind of slowed down on Philly. So see what had happened was I got hit by a car when I was in Philly on 8th and Market. My leg got ran over and it did something to my spirit. And I don't really go out there too often now. It's kind of hard for me to travel out to Philly and all that. Because usually when I go to Philly, I would go out there to vend and perform. So I would have all my jewelry and stuff with me and all that fun stuff. I don't really go out there to just chill. I go out there for business. So it was kind of difficult for me to keep going out there and stuff with my suitcase and all that. And I can't walk as well as I used to. I'm getting better though. I give myself another couple years. I'll be out here doing CrossFit again in no time. Sound like a Wednesday to me. Listen, and that's why I said it did something to my spirit. Let me tell you, I got hit by a car. And then, like, the lady didn't realize she hit me. She reversed. My leg is like this. I got a metal rod from my knee to my ankle and some nails in that joint. Yes, I'm in pain. I'm in pain right now. I'm always in pain. It's like background noise to me now. Sometimes it's forefront noise if I'm sitting or standing for too long. But then I'm looking at this guy. I'm still on my feet and I'm looking at this guy and he's just standing there staring at me. And I'm like, bro, you're not going to fucking help me? Like, the fuck? Stop staring at me. Help me. Now, I have an L in my last name because, yes, I am with the MSTA. So that spoiled me. Being with the MSTA spoiled me because I don't know if y'all realize how they treat women, but we get treated very well in there. So I have to remind myself sometimes when I'm in the rest of Philly, like, they don't give a fuck about the MSTA. But like outside, but yeah, I'm a spoiled woman. Shouts to the MSTA. You're not just gonna sit there and stare at me struggle. Be a man and help me. Pick me up. But yeah, eventually he snapped out of it and he helped me to the bus stop and the ambulance came or whatever. But yeah, that did something to my spirit. I don't really be coming out there like that no more. I get heart palpitations. But yeah, 8th and Market. And it happened on Halloween. Another day of Oya. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to put the numbers together. But 8 deals with Oya energy, marketplace. Oya rules over the marketplace. And I'll tell you, my business has been flipped upside down. I don't know MSTA. MSTA is the Moorish Science Temple of America. I will not call myself a Moor, but I am associated with the Moorish Science Temple. And I love how they do things. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm a bit of a cherry picker, but I love it here. Hey, Mr. Holistic Life, I'm an herbalist as well. But I do love being in the MSTA. They're really good people, really good connection of people. I do have some dope events happening. I don't know if you're familiar with Uptown Radio, but they're aligned with a venue out in Somerdale, New Jersey. So on First Fridays, I'll be over there doing events with the MSTA as well. Shouts to Poetica Bay. I can dig it. You're allowed to wear the hat. You're not allowed to wear the hat. I don't want to wear the hat. I don't want to wear the hat. I want to be a woman. I want to be a princess. I was raised by men. My dad, my grandpa, my uncles, they're in my life. Heavily. And then I come out in the world and everybody want me to be masculine. I don't want to be masculine. I want to be a girl. All right. So, yeah, Pluto over there. Transformations on that joint. 29 degrees in the 7th house, and then we ended up in 6th house. So now we're going to go to the 8th house. The 8th house, we also don't have a celestial body here, but the 8th house starts and ends in Aquarius energy. So we have that house of empowerment, the house of transformation sitting over there, and how we socialize with one another. Also dealing with electronic communication, and that was in the first new moon. So the November new moon, the 8th house is now over Pisces energy. So now we have that house of transformation and rebirth. We have that house of empowerment and all that fun stuff happening in our delusions. But also Pisces rules over what you believe in, the energy in Maya, what's hidden beneath the horizon. Now we're getting into Akashic records here. So transformations happening there. We do have a celestial body there. We have Saturn over here in retrograde in the 8th house. Saturn again rules over the root chakra. So different things that we believe. This is also in alignment with Pluto being over there in the root chakra and Capricorn energy. Can I get a reading real quick? Yeah. Hey, Ricky Rich. You absolutely can. I got you. So Saturn being over there in Pisces is at a 12th degree. That's 1 and 2. That's knowledge and wisdom. That brings you to understanding. Peace, Wendell. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you, beloved. Hey, Kimberly. Saturn is bringing challenges to the things that we believed in. Saturn brings challenges to the delusions. And for those people that have been dealing with the witches and the elders and the marketplace and being in powerful positions, their challenges happening and the delusions that they created for them to stay in those powerful positions. That's what Saturn is in that space. And we see a lot of that, you know, in our daily with the politics and Hollywood, which is related to the politics, also in our personal lives with the businesses and how the pendulum is swinging. And that's creating challenges for people that's in power. So, you know, you got to remember, you know, certain groups of people are winning, but it calls for other people to experience Saturn in a different way or Pluto in a different way. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it depends on where y'all standing on that pendulum. Is how the pendulum is swinging for you. But yeah, that's Saturn over there. We don't have anything in the 8th house over here. So before I get to the 9th house, let's pull a card for Justin. And anybody tapping in, you guys are probably tapping in and listening because y'all supposed to hear this too. So, you know, stay tuned. Oh, love. We're going to start with the love card for you. That's the theme of your reading is love. We got 1 and 2, which is knowledge and wisdom that brings you to understanding. Rose is the flower for you. And we have Venus and the moon. So intuitive energy to your heart chakra, experiencing your heart chakra is heavy here. Nurturing your heart chakra is heavy here. Yeah, we love it here. So that's the theme. The theme is love, baby. Hey, Sean. Hey, Shane. I'm sorry. And that's so crazy. Y'all gonna start me off with a love reading. Y'all know I'm gonna be doing no love readings. The Hermit crab. So going inward. We want you to go inward so you can experience the outer space that was built for you, in the words of the great Pharrell. But going inward so you can, you know, have that knowledge and wisdom, that 1 and 2. This is actually 9, that number there. So giving birth, that brings you, you know, to your side that we were speaking on earlier today. But not, and in the 9th month, Hermit is also Virgo energy, and you are a Virgo. Did you know that the Hermit card was associated with Virgo energy? But yeah, I want you to go inward so that you can have what you need, and so you can experience it. Because if you notice, like he's a hermit dude, but you see how the star and the little thing going outward and stuff like that. So it's like I'm going inward, and it's not like seclusion or moving myself away, but it's more so like I'm going inward so I can go outward. So you can put yourself out there and feel comfortable doing so. Tillawood, Eureka, you threw a card at me, and that's what's up. 5 of Pentacles. 5 usually when you draw 5 in tarot usually means some crazy stuff about to happen, but 5 brings you to a sense of adventure. It depends on how you decide to ingest and digest and regurgitate this adventure, but 5 deals with adventure. You're going on an adventure in the realms of your business and Pentacles. You see my man searching for some stuff, you know, searching outside of himself, but really you're supposed to go within. Going within is the key. It sounds crazy, but it's not in a space of seclusion or isolation. You're going within yourself so you can have the power to manipulate. Like, all right, if I'm sad, right, this is something I noticed because my children and my dog, they're like tethered to my energy, which irritates the shit out of me, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? So like when I'm sad, now my son is sad. And he has an attitude. That's my Taurus baby. And we both horses. And we're both Leo rising. So we're very like tethered. But he gets sad. And now he has an attitude. Now, instead of me dealing with my attitude and sitting over here sulking and shit, now I got to be responsible for his energy. And then my dog is also a Taurus. Oh, that's another Taurus. My dog is also a Taurus. So then now he has an attitude. Now he barking all the time. He chewing on stuff. He's just doing mad stuff. So you got to see how your feeling in the inside of you is affecting the energy on the outside of you and how those energy exchanges are going. And it gives you greater control than always being on the outside of yourself. Saying, oh, well, this is like this because of this. And then like that is because of that. I tell you, like over Saturday, I was vending, right? And I've been like playing with my breaths. Us Virgos, we like patterns. We notice patterns. We're really good at it. Shouts to my Virgos in here and y'all patterns. But I notice when I do my breaths a certain kind of way and I say what I want, I get it. So I did my breath. I'm like, bro, I need some money. Do I always get like $1,000 million? Hell no. I wouldn't be up here if I did. I'd be somewhere quiet, minding my business. But, you know, and that's probably why God won't give it to me. But he's like, nah, I need her to fulfill her purpose. If I give her exactly what she wants, she's gonna be out. And I will. But I mean, I pop in every now and then, you know what I'm saying? But as soon as I said that, somebody came to my table and she purchased something. So, hey, Boogeyman, Libra, I did not know that was you last time you came in here, and you did not speak. You left a gift and you did. You didn't even tell me that it was Libra. I had to stare at your pictures for mad long and get confirmation from other people. But hello, Boogeyman. How you doing, my love? Oh, and happy Libra season. I don't know what day is your birthday, but happy birthday, Boogeyman. Happy birthday to my Libras out here. So, yeah. So when I took the birth, somebody came to the table and they bought something. The 4th, oh, happy belated. Yay. The day of stability. You are a dependable individual in the Libra scales. All right. So judgment card. You got the judgment. Had is the 8th sphere. 8th sphere deals with Sebek, more Virgo, Mercurian energy. So that's like the celestial labelers. Mom, 4th, RIP. Oh, peace to the goddess. Happy celestial return. But yeah. So Had deals with the celestial labelers and technicians and how things are separated. And then Malkuth is Earth. So it's probably like how you're judging things, how you're labeling things. See how this is Had. That's also Mercury energy. And how you're bringing it to Earth. So these are, you probably have to work on that. You're working on that from the outside of yourself. Like, this is what's good, this is what's bad, this is what's right, this is what's wrong, this is what's better, this is what's worse, all those different things. But you're not doing it based on how you feel inside. You're doing it based on how you feel, how things are on the outside of you. You know what I'm saying? And you want to be mindful of that. All right, we're going to pull a card on the chakra to focus on. And that's probably why that moon and Venus is the two planets for you to focus on, is the moon alignment with Venus. And right now in the transit chart, I had said earlier, Venus is over there in Scorpius energy. By the next month, it'll be in Sagittarius, but it is in the 5th house, which is community. So pay attention to how your community reflects your heart chakra back to you. Hey, Noble, peace to the God. Sacral chakra, work on your self-worth. That's what you're going to focus on. You're going to focus on your self-worth and your sacral chakra. Sacral chakra controls over your joy, your creativity, your sensual energy. So that's going to help you with your judgment and how you're going on the outside of yourself to find the things that you're looking for. And I'm going to pull a divination card for you. And then that wraps up your reading. Okay, love? Noble, you look familiar. You know what? You look like, well, the way your smaller picture looks like, you look like one of my friends. But spiraling truth, peace to the God. Escape from deceitful woman. And you have this at a 5-7. So bringing it back to the adventurous energy. And then 7 is the Libra scales. So somebody you got to get away from. Somebody doing some nonsense. But that could very well also be a reflection of yourself within and how you feel inside of yourself. So be mindful of that. And that's your spirit, love. Anybody else want to read it? It is Hump Day Reading, y'all. All readings are donation based. So let's get back to the 9th house. So we start the new moon with the 9th house energy. 9th house deals with your home, Sagittarius. This is Sagittarius house. Now we're dealing with your intellect. We're dealing with your the wisdom from the oracle and the sages, like when you ground yourself, like what kind of downloads you're getting, what's coming to your mindset, and all that fun stuff. Love your energy, and I'll take heed. Thank you, love. You're welcome. I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. I always love to help. And then what do we have? Oh, so we started off the new moon with Saturn sitting over there in the 9th house. So Saturn was creating challenges to our sacral chakra. Mike, what up? Creating challenges to our sacral chakra at a 14 degree. 1 and 4 is knowledge and foundation, which brings us to 5, walking in the power of your truth. Challenges happening in that mathematics for you towards your Pisces, right? So what intellect do you have? Again, coming back to the fact that there's transformations and challenges and pendulum swinging to the infrastructure of things in our space. Dock workers. That's the only news story I can think of, and none of y'all are helping me, but it's cool. I'm not gonna hold no grudges, but I'm holding a little grudge, okay? But like the dock workers, they're big on our infrastructure. You know what I'm saying? They bring the cargo in. For some reason we do more imports than exports. They bring the cargo in, and then the truck drivers drive it to the stores, and y'all go to the stores, right? That's a big thing on our infrastructure. That's how we believe things move, how they're supposed to work. Wow. So when there's a disruption, Saturn comes through and brings the challenges or whatever. Now there's a disruption in how we believe these things are supposed to move, how they're moving for us, how our intellect on how they're going, and all that fun stuff like that. And that's causing us to have a different way of survival, of discipline and order, and how we obtain our resources, because that's what Saturn rules over, how we obtain our resources and stuff based upon these challenges we come across. So again, happening in Pisces, the space of hidden agendas, hidden enemies, anything beneath the horizon. Akashic records energy is here too. So all of that is experiencing the challenges in that ninth house. So by the time we get to the next new moon on November 2nd, we have, I already told you, Saturn moves over to the 8th house, still in Pisces. They go from a 14 degree to a 12 degree. So we move from knowledge in our foundation to knowledge in our wisdom, which brings us to a sense of understanding. So what are y'all standing under in y'all beliefs? You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to be challenged. Who are y'all giving power to in y'all levels of understanding is going to be challenged, because a lot of the things that we think or we know was created in the age of Pisces, and Pisces is the energy of delusions. I wonder if the planets be talking about us to predict stuff. Hilarious. I think they would. Oh man, that needs to be a skit. That was a good question. My brain is just like thinking of all this different stuff now just because you asked that. Thank you for the thoughts. That was a good one. I like that one. Okay. That was a good one. So starting November 2nd, we have Neptune over here. We know Neptune is in Pisces energy. That is also in the 9th house. It's at a 27 degree. 2-7, finding balance on God. 7 is God and supreme mathematics. 2 is wisdom. Wisdom on God brings you to 9, what you're giving birth to. Again, Neptune being in Pisces really opens that portal up with the Akashic records and anything hidden beneath the horizon, which is pretty neat. Because Saturn is also over there providing challenges, but Neptune being in Pisces there is really opening it up to where like a lot of us are finding our spiritual tribe, our spiritual gifts, our connection with spirit, realizing that we're more so a spirit with a body, and the body is the smallest part of us. We're more energy than anything, and our energy is interconnected or interdependent, depends on how well you're using your energy. And just learning how to like alchemize those things and be in control and being accountable is heavy here. You know what I'm saying? Realizing like when people say, oh, you attract who you are, and y'all be getting mad, because they right, you are like, yo, your whole experience is in the vortex of your aura. Do you realize how big your aura is as far as like the radius goes? Radius is fucking huge. It's probably like your whole neighborhood. So even where you live at, your reality and where you live at, in the neighborhood you live at, the car you drive, the job you go to, the people you interact with, they're in your vortex because that's what your aura attracts. The moment your aura be like, man, fuck this shit, and you decide to start obeying your aura instead of fighting it and creating wars within yourself to appease an outward society that only exists the way you want it to exist, when you start empowering yourself with that level of intellect, a lot of shit is going to go away. Like, oh, I'd rather live off grid. I'd rather live in the woods and mind my business. Well, you create a war within yourself because you're still in that apartment building. You still driving that car. You still going to that job. And your aura is just turning more and more and more and more. And it's getting harder and harder. Is your aura getting louder and louder, telling you, I don't want to be here. I don't like this. I don't like that. Now your car done broke down. Now you can't pay this bill. Now it's hard to do that over there. Now you arguing with the neighbors. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff start falling apart because your aura is not, in alignment. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't want these things that's in this vortex. It's starting to repel it. And it just like, it's expressed in different events. Yeah, that's how that goes. Sometimes we don't be putting 1 and 2 together to add up to 3, but that don't stop it from adding up to 3. Then we have the 9th house also enters into Aries energy. So we have new beginnings happening to our sacral chakra and to our space of knowledge and wisdom. So while Neptune is sitting over there in Pisces in our ninth house, still giving us the delusion energy and the Akashic records, eventually we walk into this. Now, the dragon head Aries energy is with the North Node is at a 4 degrees. So finding stability in that direction that we're going into and the new beginning that we're moving into is heavy here. And important here for a lot of you guys. Y'all need to start stating in y'all posts. I was in somebody else's live earlier today, and they was talking about how, like, you know, they talk more so solution based, which is important. Like, once you realize, like, certain things, like everything we've been taught is a lie or been twisted in some type of way to have us behave a certain kind of way to keep certain energy and power, certain infrastructures in place, because that was their you know, their method of controlling us, right? So now we're entering this age of Aquarius. We're in the space of knowing. You know, Pluto is slowly entering Aquarius, creating transformations in the space of knowing for us. But first, it got to do some more stuff in Capricorn. But even though when it enters Aquarius in the tropical, in the way we think, it'll still be in Capricorn in the Vedic, which is the experiences that we're having. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, all of this stuff is happening, and, you know, we're moving towards new beginnings. But in order for us to move towards those new beginnings and find that 4th degree, that stability in those new beginnings, people need to start acting shit out. You know, it's one thing to know stuff and be like a knowledge hoarder and a believer and all that stuff, which is where our South Node is at. Our South Node is in that space of belief, of thoughts, of dreams, of subconscious. You know what I'm saying? We good at that. We're thoughtful. Yay. Now, what are you going to do with it? You know, how are you acting out? You know what I'm saying? How are you initiating different energies? Are you moving in your leadership realms? Are you being strategic with the things that you now know or believe with, or your spiritual space? Or are you just sitting here chatting? You know what I'm saying? That's why the North Node is over there in Aries energy, because it's time to start, like, behaving and moving and taking action. Then we have Chiron also over here. So as we're taking action and we're moving and we're heading towards the direction of woo wop. Hey, Travo. I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Hey, Noble Eric, Khalil Bay, peace to the God. Eminem Wholesale, Destiny, Kimberly. So Chiron is the asteroid that deals with how we transmute our wounds into a superpower. And right now it's in Aries. So, you know, these, you know, past few centuries, generations, etc., everything has been rooted in warfare. Keeping us in that warlike state. We always fighting with each other, whether on a family level, community level, state level, national level. It's just always been war, fight. Everybody being strategic and transactional, not so much flowing, but more so like boxy kind of energy. And so that's where a lot of our wounds are at, right? So as we move into this space, applied knowledge is power. You're correct. Thank you. I appreciate that. Applied knowledge is power. Knowledge without application is a waste. It definitely is a waste. And I ain't gonna hold you. Sometimes that's my toxic trait, because I can know so much. And I'd be like, I'm so scared. I don't want to do it by myself. So when I speak to y'all, I'm be speaking from some podium with my nose turned down at y'all. I be speaking to myself, y'all. I be speaking to myself too. Don't worry about it. I'm not better than y'all. I'm equal to y'all. But yeah, so Chiron is how you transmute your wounds into a superpower. And right now it's like we got to transmute a lot of that warlike energy. It's a lot of forgiveness that has to go on, you know, a lot of healing that has to go on. I know a lot of us are still stuck in the past. We like the, you know, time travel. This is how it was. This is what we're doing. Yeah, a lot of you guys are stuck on that South Node in Pisces. Y'all only want to talk about the past, where we came from, what we were doing back then, but you're only talking about it from a Pisces standpoint. When I say that, it's like delusions, the deep waters, the mysteriousness of it. You know, a lot of books were burned. You know, a lot of people were brainwashed. A lot of memory is erased. Whereas Aries, when Aries calls the action, Aries calls you to be present. You know what I'm saying? We are the new beings. We are the tribes. We are the new tribes. It's good to, you know, if you want to sit there and focus and know about what happened back in the day and when this happened and when that happened, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with it. Know those things. That's why it's in the South Node. But the South Node is supposed to meet the North Node. You know what I'm saying? So we're not going to get stuck in that Pisces South Node shit. We're going to move forward in the Aries North Node and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. What we used to do. You know what I'm saying? What we supposed to do. What are we supposed to do? You're supposed to be aware of your energy. You know, what your gifts are, what's your spirit telling you. Listen to your intuition. I have my own personal things that I think I'm supposed to be doing. I like to teach. I like to teach people about energy awareness and how to have energy exchanges. I also love to heal. I heal people and I heal people's mental, emotional, and spiritual selves in my sessions, in my classes with my music. I also heal people physically because I'm an herbalist. So that's what I'm supposed to be doing. I homeschool my children. So I brought 2 humans into the world and I built them up. You know what I'm saying? And then I set them up in a better way than I was set up when I was a kid into my adulthood. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. Now, what do you feel like you're supposed to be doing? And are you listening to it? What makes people never reach their gifts and never use or find it? I would say going outward a lot, listening to what society and people outside of themselves tell them they're supposed to be doing. Like, oh, you're supposed to have a job, you're supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to be working over here, you're supposed to have this kind of house, you're supposed to have that kind of car, you're supposed to wear these kind of clothes, your hair's supposed to look like this, your body's supposed to look like that. It's just like having people obsessed with everything outside of themselves is like a distraction from like paying attention to what's inside of yourself and where your energy is supposed to be going. I think that's what makes people never reach their gifts. I would say like watching my dad, it was a big thing because my dad has this gift. He's something that he's really good at. And it was like I watched his experiences or whatever, just me outside looking through the windows. I'm not saying that this is true or nothing, but looking through the windows, I watched my dad make a bunch of excuses not to use his gifts. He got to go to work. He got a family. Now he got another kid. Now he has a girlfriend and she's not supportive. And now he has this, he has that. And it's just like kind of annoying to watch my dad go through these things. And it's like, you got these really dope gifts. You got this really dope capacity and capabilities to do these things. And you keep creating realities that don't align with your gifts. That's why so many people is depressed. Exactly. People are depressed because they're not listening to their aura. I was saying that a little bit earlier before you came in here. Like, it's a lot of stuff in your vortex that you don't internally agree with, but you keep letting it go on because society taught you that's how things are supposed to be. You can't do nothing about it. We're in the age now where you can do something about it. A 17-year-old created a cryptocurrency that became one of the biggest things. What is it called? NFTs? NFTs was created by a 17-year-old. You know what I'm saying? We got stuff like that happening out here. You mean something you can't do anything that you want? That's wild. We're not doing it. And it's showing you how much like the society setup and infrastructure is a ruse and a distraction. People like, oh, I can't do nothing without money. Who told you that? And is your spirit aligned with that? No, that's why you sad. You sad and you ain't. That's why when you go to different companies or corporations, you're like, yeah, why everybody in here got a nasty attitude? Because nobody wants to be here. They're at war with their auras. And so, they're not where their energy really wants to be. You know what I'm saying? So when you have that level of energy awareness, it increases your sympathy for people and what they're choosing to do, despite what their energy wants to be and what they deserve and what they desire. You know what I'm saying? And start having them conversations, If you become aware of stuff, don't be afraid to open your mouth and say that shit. Like, yo, I feel this energy in here. Like, y'all good? Like, what's up? Like, I love transmuting energy. That's something I had, under certain circumstances. Like, I walk in certain places, I come in there with a smile and, I try to lighten up the energy and stuff like that. Sometimes it works. Sometimes, people really be like, concrete in how they feel and what they're thinking in that moment. So, sometimes you gotta know when to let go and just, fall back. But I planted that seed, letting you know, like, it's gonna be okay as long as you listen to yourself. But that's really hard to do. It's so scary to listen to yourself in this world that's telling you those thoughts that you got in your head is unrealistic and not real. But could you imagine if like the Wright brothers, people are like, yo, these niggas trying to fly. They weird as hell. Like they're never gonna fly. That's crazy. Like we wouldn't have airplanes right now on a regular basis. I don't know if it was the Wright brothers that made the airplanes, but that was my example. You know what I'm saying? Like people that had created the things that we have now was crazy. You know what I'm saying? They listened to their intuition. They listened to themselves, what was going on in the inside, despite what other people were telling them. I'm pretty sure people were telling them that they were wasting their time and stuff. What they were doing was unfeasible. But if you don't do the things that your spirit brought you here to do, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be difficult for us to excel as a unit because you're not doing your job. You're not doing your place. You're doing, and then you have this thing like with like spirit, like quote unquote the spiritual community or whatever. Everybody has a spirit. So if you're talking about the spiritual community, you're talking about all of us. Every last soul up here. You know what I'm saying? Peace, abundance be unto you. How are you doing today? Thank you for asking me. I'm doing outstanding. I feel pretty good today. I had a good day. Very productive day. I got a little mucus. growing in my face that I'm gonna have to sage on out. But that's about it. Good, sister. That's good. I'm glad you're good. Is that what you're saying? That you're good? I hope you are. Anyway, just listen to your spirit. That's all I got. So, yeah, Chiron over there in Aries next to the North Node, it's a lot of wounds that's going to be, healed in this space. I'm here for new tribes, Cosmic Nobody's village, Cosmic Nobody's tribe. You see a lot of people creating their own nations. That's a big thing too. I know we would like to go backwards and talk about the nations that existed 600, 700, 800, 1,000, 3,000, 20,000 years ago. That's cool, but they're not here right now. You know what I'm saying? You're here right now. And you have a certain kind of mindset. And I bet you if you keep it 100 with yourself, the way your mindset, your heart set is not in alignment with your ancestors. A lot of your ancestors do not agree with your mindset. A lot of ancestors do not agree with how you go about doing things. A lot of ancestors don't agree with you. You know what I'm saying? So you keep trying to time travel back to energies that you don't fully understand or understand. It's cool to know about them, but like you are here for the new tribes. You are the new being. So create a new village, create a new tribe, create a new nation. It's legal. You can legally create your own nation right now. Nobody's telling you can't. It's like you can legally create your own currency. You can legally create your own military, your own police force, your own business, your own city. You know what I'm saying? You can do that stuff right now. Why are you stopping yourself if that's what you want? That's what you feel in your heart. Why y'all feel like y'all got to time travel to half-ass do shit today? Because a lot of y'all is time traveling. Y'all not implementing none of that stuff today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just sitting there hoarding knowledge of how it was done, how you think it was done based upon books written by people you don't know. Ain't that crazy? You're doing great. Keep it up, sister. Thank you. I appreciate that, goddess. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. But that Chiron and Aries is here to like heal those wounds that we've had like historically as tribes, and realize that a lot of you guys have so many different tribes within you. So many different stars had to align and create bloodlines. You know what I'm saying? For you to be here now in 2024 or whatever year it is. You know what I'm saying? So us having so many different tribes inside of us, that gives us even more alignment to do so, to create new things. You know what I'm saying? You're not just one tribe. And some of the tribes that aligned to create you, they didn't even like each other at one point and stuff like that. Y'all don't even know it. Y'all over here half talking about stuff y'all know. Be present. Be present. I know in my mindset how I want my tribe set up. Is it in alignment with anything ancient? Probably is, but I'm not making that my business because I'm present. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's all Aries energy. That's all 9th house, right? So then we get to the MC line. The MC line is the beginning of the 10th house. Now we in the house of career success and achievements and all that fun stuff like that, right? I think I saw somebody comment in here. Oh, facts. Oh, thank you. So 9th house. When we started off the last 10th house, we started off the last new moon. We had the North Node at a 6th degree, dealing with our health, wealth, daily routine in the 10th house. So finding, the new beginnings, moving, and that the dragon's head on that 6th and the 10s and Aries was good. Then we had Chiron at the 2 degrees, wisdom and knowledge, 21 degree, wisdom, knowledge, bringing us the sense of understanding. So, what you've been standing under in your Aries energy in the realms of that 10th house is bringing you that sense of success and stuff like that. So that was our 10th house. The 10th house was in Aries. Now the 10th house over here, when we start the next new moon, is in Taurus. So Taurus rules over the heart chakra. Taurus energy deals with the internal side of the heart chakra. So this is how you value yourself, other people. This is, levels of forgiveness, facets of love, whether it's self-love, community love, universal love, familial love, romantic love, friendship love, all the different facets of love, how you value them, how how you view beauty, how you obtain and maintain materials and wealth and business, all that fun stuff. So that's what we have over here, starting dealing with the success of the things of the heart chakra. And we have Uranus here giving us progressive pushes. Now, some of y'all is new in here, so y'all don't know I've been talking about Uranus since 2019, sitting in Taurus, and we're going to be in Taurus until 2026. Now, this is the example I always use, but Uranus entered Taurus at the beginning, March. It was the beginning of March. beginning of March 2019. By the time we got to the end of the March, we was in we was in quarantine, and we was getting PPP loans, unemployment, bills was getting put on pause. Some of y'all was getting married. I don't know why y'all was over there having quarantine marriages. Y'all is tripping. Some of y'all was having quarantine babies. Y'all also was tripping. I don't know why y'all was making permanent decisions in such a situation, but I guess that was Uranus in y'all Taurus. Wasn't in mine. I was out here living my best life. I was getting coins. You heard me? I loved Uranus and Taurus in the beginning. I still love it, but it feels like I'm at a difficult degree right now. But it's also transferring how I value material things, I guess. I know. I don't guess. I know. But anyway, that's what we have in the 10th house now is Uranus and Taurus in the 10th house. So allowing those progressive pushes to push you in that space of the heart chakra and value and money and business, allow it. Please don't be the resistance. We don't want to be the resistance. Uranus is a very powerful planet, and it's at a 2-5. So finding that wisdom and walking in the power of your truth is heavy here. I think my gift is to be a business owner, investor. That's all I think about. I have one investment property and want to do my owner biz full time. Oh, go for it. Go for it. Baby steps if you need to, playing it out so you feel comfortable, but go for it. You don't think you know, because my mama always said thinking comes from a lack of not knowing. And I always remember that when I be fucking up my sentences when I say I think, you know. I'm a life path 8. Oh, love. So yeah, so you are supposed to be a business owner. Life path 8, that's power. That's business. That's being in charge. If not a business owner, definitely a manager in a space of leadership, power, whatever, you know. Yeah. That's definitely in alignment with that life path. Do that. You love it here. I'm a life path 11. But yeah, that is Uranus over there in the 10th house. So then when we move on to the 11th house, we started the new moon. Uranus was over here in Taurus in the 11th house when we started off. So when we started off the new moon, Uranus was over here. 11th house deals with Aquarius energy. That's society, how we socialize, people detach from society, revolutionary energy, unique ways of doing things, being, different or whatever. Sometimes a rebel without a cause. Listen, my son's moon is in Aquarius. That boy drives me nuts. Anyway, my North Node is in Aquarius. That's all I have in Aquarius. It's my North Node, and that's supposed to be the direction I'm moving in. But I don't fully understand Aquarius energy. That's like the mysterious air to me. I don't know, but it's societal and it's in the root chakra, so it's like your mindset on like different societal relationships, their titles, and how you're supposed to interact with them, and all those different things. But we started the month off with Uranus providing progressive pushes in our heart chakra and that Aquarius energy. And so moving on to the next new moon on November 2nd, we have the 11th house sitting in Gemini. So societal situations happening in your community, in your realms of communication, and your ability to adapt. It's heavy here, excuse me. And we have Jupiter sitting over here. And I told y'all Jupiter's in retrograde, right? So Jupiter will be in retrograde. Retrograde means a planet is moving so slow in our skies compared to the speed of Earth that it appears to be moving backward against the way the constellations are displayed in our skies. So it's kind of like it's just a fancy way of saying there's a little mind trick happening here. But because we are energy first, it affects the energies in our space. You know what I'm saying? So even though physically it's just, an eyeball, fuck, whatever you want to call it, energetically it does have an effect on the speeds that everything's moving and the speed of your body and how that's moving, all that fun stuff. So Jupiter is the energy of abundance and joy and expansion and ruling over the sacral chakra, giving us that happiness and creative energy, sensual and sexual energy heavy here, giving us the wisdom from the oracle and sages. This is also associated with the Orisha Obatala. We know the different stories of Obatala. Can be like, if unbalanced, can go to the space of addictions and obsessions. Tolerance, law, religion, tradition, order. business growth. Yeah. I was trying to make sure I had all the keywords in my head. But yeah, so all of that is in Gemini. So focusing. Hey, hi, Nazrel. I think I pronounced it right. Peace to the God. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Christine, Beeswax. What up, y'all? Unique. Peace. My name is actually Unica. So nice to meet somebody with a similar name. Peace to the goddess. Oh, ads. It's okay. So we have that abundance and that sacral chakra happening, and your connection with community and your connection with society and that revolutionary energy. You'll see some readers probably have premonitions about this Jupiter because, Jupiter rules over the oracles and the sage and the communication. You sure can get a reading. And it rules over the communication of those. So like people having more so downloads about how community is about to flow and how its relationship, like, so things that are happening on a big scale is about to start affecting y'all towns and y'all neighborhoods and all that stuff like that. So stuff like that happening. All right, I'll give you a reading before I get to the 12th house because the rest of the houses are pretty empty. We're about to wrap this up, and I'm gonna get into the elements, do an element reading. So usually when I finish doing this part, I pull cards for fire, water, air, earth. Yeah, I said all four. So then once I finish these houses, that's what's next. Can you get a reading too? Yeah. You're a Libra air sign. Oh, happy birthday. Happy Libra season. So Libra, so the sun rules over your experiences and your ego. How you not think things to be, but just how you experience life. You know what I'm saying? You experience life through Libra. So you experience life through your thoughts and how balanced, because Libra rules over Libra is air. Air is associated with swords. That's intellect, right? Then Libra is also ruling over, hey Booker, and Libra also rules over the heart chakra and Venus, the internal side of the heart chakra. No, external side. Sorry. So it's like the energy exchanges and stuff like that. Libra is associated with Maya energy, making sure, your heart is light as a feather, law, justice, truth, and righteousness. So that's where a lot of your like experiences, because that's your sun sign. So it's like all experiences. You usually are what your rising sign is. Like my rising sign is a Leo. So I am a Leo. I have Virgo experiences. And then I'm a Virgo moon. So I am nurtured by Virgo energy as well. And I also nurture with Virgo energy. So just a little tidbit. You have Libra experiences. And that's fun. But I'm going to do you first, Nazrael. I'm good. How's your day going, Booker? What you up to? All right, so the theme of your reading is commune. And you want to focus on your Pluto and your sun, transformations to your experience. Oh, so it was kind of good. I thought about that. Empowerment, power to experiences in your community. We're focusing on psilocybin here. So, psilocybin brings those, you might want to try one or something. It brings that awareness to where you are in that space. Let's expound on it. Also, so the 12th house, we start in Gemini energy too. We started this season off with Jupiter in the 12th house. It's pretty interesting. Transformation. Yeah, Pluto rules over transformation, building and destroying. Building and destroying. What do you need to build on? What needs to be destroyed? Two of Swords. See, I was talking about the swords already with you because that's air energy. But a balancing act is happening here. Being very careful in the space, looking forward. You see how he's looking forward, paying attention. Not too bad. Not compared to this person that keep looking behind himself. But, doing a balancing act with the things that finding wisdom in that. And that's really more so reflecting what you have inward going outward. It's heavy here on the Two of Swords. And Gemini. Oh, behind the scenes. So your sun is in Gemini. You have Gemini experiences. So right now we have Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini. So how has it been experiencing that alignment with your sun and Jupiter? Jupiter went into retrograde today too. I don't know if y'all knew that, but that happened this morning. And right now it's sitting in the 12th house in retrograde. So it's in that house of Pisces. and what you believe, the different, thank you for the like, I appreciate that. Yeah, and what you believe and delusions and, the Akashic records and things hidden beneath this horizon and stuff like that, and just having like the downloads of spiritual experience in alignment with that. So, it's been a good experience for you. Ooh, Justice card. Oh, so it's basically pulling cards of what I just said. Are you on more than one social media platform? Yeah, right now I'm on TikTok and YouTube and here at the same time. I like to be everywhere. I'm awakened. Yeah, that's a lot of Jupiter. Jupiter bring the knowledge, the wisdom from the oracle and sages. Yep. That's fun. Ezekiel, that's my son's name. My son's name is Ezekiel. Peace to the God. Hey, Christine. Hey, Outlaw Silver. Makes sense now. I couldn't see the comments. Yeah, it's comments all over the place. That's why my head is like, yeah. Okay, so the Sephira to focus on is Netzach, which is Venus. Basically, all right, so a little tidbit about y'all, my cards are, my backup singers. I'm David Ruffin. I'm the lead singer. When I say things, my cards usually be like, they repeat what I say. So this is Saturn and Taurus, so challenges happening to the heart chakra is heavy on you. That helps you with the Justice card. So basically repeating what I say, like you had experiences, the swords card, the intellect, the knowledge, balancing those things, justice, the laws of Ma'at, the balancing scales. And then you have being ruled in Venus. So like challenges happen to your heart chakra, letting how, balanced they are. So basically your cards are the temptations. Yeah, my cards are the temptations. Basically, we have a really good relationship. Some of these cards I had for like 10 years, 10, 11, no, more than 10 years. Jesus Christ. Because they're old. Yeah, like 12. Yeah, these two sets of cards I had for like 12 years. These I had for not a year yet. Yeah, some of these I had for a while. Some of them, this one deck I had over here, I had for like 3-4 years. But my cards, they love me. It makes sense now. I couldn't see. Oh yeah. Yeah, my cards are the temptations. Hey, Cole. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate y'all. Bittersweet. So you want to focus on your throat chakra, how you communicate things in your space, how you're absorbing them in your space, and how you're viewing them. You know what I'm saying? I know things are bittersweet. That's a part of the Libra scales, the balance in the scales. Like, it'd be good on one side and bad on the other side, but it also depends on how you look at it. Because even with tears in her eyes, she has a cake. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she had to go through some shit to get that cake. Maybe she had to shake a little ass to get $20 to get that cake, but she felt good about the fact that she was able to give somebody that cake. So it's like balancing all things. Learn how to like be okay with bittersweetness. You know what I'm saying? That's heavy here, But that's what a lot of your, experiences are about, your sun signs. The even this card had the sun and Pluto, transformations to your experiences, empowerment to your experiences. You know what I'm saying? And then it went on to explain what those experiences are. And the more you know about them, the more empowered you feel, because now you feel like things aren't happening to me, they're happening for me, and they're in alignment with my aura and my experiences and how I'm choosing to ingest and digest and regurgitate. Incomplete, two, bring you back to the number of the Libra scales, two. Work on that realm of incompletion. If you feel empty, if you feel a void, not focus on it, but like if it's bothering you and it's itching or whatever, have some conversations with yourself. I don't know, a lot of crazy things are happening to the sun is in Libra right now, just to let you know. Lilith is in Libra right now too, so I don't know if the things that are happening are like pushing you to want to like rebel against societal situations and how things are set up. But Lilith is over there, and that's the energy that Lilith brings, is like the primordial goddess and the dark side of the moon and stuff like that. So you could be experiencing that. And then also you have other placements as well. Like, you have a moon sign, you have, Mercury, Venus, Uranus, and all these other signs that could be aligned with, your sun in some type of way. You know, if you have certain planets in like Gemini and Aquarius, like they could be supporting to your experiences. But then if you got placements in like Cancer or Capricorn, that's like being squared, you know, Libra energy. So those placements could be like creating some difficulties, you know, between Capricorn being all like the challenges you're supposed to have to bring you discipline, and then Cancer can be like, you know, it could be challenges more so on the emotional realm, you know, that could like, you know, affect your balance as a Libra. But yeah, crazy things. Who else was it that said they wanted to read it? I want to say it was, I don't want to butcher your name. Travo. If you're still here, Travo, let me know. But so then let's keep going. So 12th house. So again, we talked about Jupiter being in 12th house at a 21 degrees. So wisdom and knowledge bring you a sense of understanding of the wisdom of the oracle and the sage. I see you, Travo. I got you. Is it Travo? Is it Travo? I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing you though. And it's in the 12th house. So feeling generous around your community and society, wanting to do more for them, wanting to create more spaces for them, having downloads and things for them. That's cool here. You know, once we get to November 2nd, the next new moon, what we're going to have in the 12th house is Cancer. Now we have Cancer energy in the 12th house. So the Pisces rules over the 12th house. That's hidden ideas and all that fun stuff. 12th house deals with the house that governs all things that exist without physical form, dreams, secrets, emotions. When planets transit through here, we attract karmic relationships that remind us that not all relationships are meant to last. So learning how to like let things go and stuff like that. Are you still talking to me? No, I went back to the transit chart. I was just letting you know that your experiences are exercising your ability to keep your heart light as a feather, regardless of what's going on around you. You know, that's the goal. Be in alignment with my yacht. Keep the laws of my yacht close to your heart. You know, follow them. It'll bring great things to your space if you do so. So, yeah. So that's Jupiter over there in 12th house. So when we get to the next new moon, we have Cancer energy in the 12th house. So Cancer deals with home and family and maternal energy over that. So dealing with the subconscious, the hidden dreams, and the enemies and all that stuff like that in your home and family. You know, some people in your personal, they don't really like you like that. I don't know if y'all know that or not. Some of y'all do. Some of y'all might get a little oops pal surprise. You know, you have Mars over here at a 29 degrees. So that's, you know, wisdom on what you're giving birth to, wisdom on being born. 2 deals with Chokma, that, you know, again, coming to the wisdom Sephiroth. And 9 deals with Yesod, which is, you know, the sacral chakra giving birth. 2 deals with, you know, the 2nd house, that's Taurus house, that's the heart chakra. 9th house deals with Sagittarius house. That's the, again, come back to the sacral chakra and your reproductive organs and all that. That brings you to 11, which is the number of mastery. So we're mastering that Mars energy, our motivation, our ambition, what gets us going, what triggers us, also our strategic self. So Mars over there is being, you know, mastered in that Cancer energy of home and family, directed towards, you know, Pisces, the Akashic records of Pisces. So, you know, it would behoove you to control your anger in this space. You know, once you see who is moving against you, who ain't really for you, and, you know, once certain delusions and illusions get uncovered and stuff like that. And sometimes you guys are the ones that's going to pull the covers back. You know, if your Mars aligns with this Mars in a certain kind of way, it'll be you. So, you know, being mindful of that, we move in peace. The fortunate will also be over here in the 12th house. Now the fortune is more so in Leo zodiac. It'll be at a 3 degrees. So standing under that Leo energy, moving confident and courageously. You know, Leo deals with the dramatics, the inner child, focusing on the inner child of self, and the inner child is society. Children, heavy here, creating nurturing spaces for children. All that fun stuff. Yeah. I've seen some weird shit because, you know why I've seen some weird shit? Because the fortune is opposite. And this is really strong line too. It's opposite Pluto, creating transformations over there in Capricorn. And then you have the fortune over here at a 3 degree between Leo in Leo, but like, it's heavy in the cardinal, so you could say it still has some Cancer energy in it. But like, I don't know why I started thinking of child trafficking in that space, but that's what it is. So yeah, let me get to you, Trevo. We're in a space of creation. So we're gonna start off with a theme. What's the theme of your reading going to be? Again, for those of you guys that's sitting in TikTok, if you like a personal reading, because I'm almost done the transit chart, and then I want to start doing the element readings, and I'll close y'all out. Oh, okay. That's how you feel? We have Neptune, acceptance. Valerian. I like valerian root. Valerian root's good for your mental health, mental clarity, headaches and all that fun stuff. It's the headache medicine. You have it at 44. So 44 is a nice angel number. Foundation upon foundation brings you to 8. Transformation. Aren't you? Didn't you say you were 8 life path? That was you, right? 44. See what I mean? It's looking all powerful up here. And Neptune is the planet you want to focus on. Hey, Dante. Peace to the God. Yay. So acceptance is the theme of your reading, sir. The world card. So trusting the universe to have things. You don't have to drive. You don't have to be in charge all the time. Maybe that's the alignment of acceptance. Sometimes you just gotta know. You gotta trust spirit is doing the things that it's doing, and it's doing it in your favor. And a little bit more trust needs to happen over here. You know what I'm saying? It's like you plant the seed, but you keep digging up the seed to see if it's sprouting. You can't keep digging up the seed. You gotta trust that even in the dark, even in the absence of your mindset, that the seed is sprouting and it's growing and it's defeating all the stuff that's trying to eat it before it turns into like a full grown plant and all that stuff like that. Like, some trust that gotta go into that. You know what I'm saying? You can't be in control all the time. Some stuff is not in your control. Facts. Yes. You would know. Dr. Green Thumb knows. Ooh, reverse Ace of Cups. Yeah, we're not trusting. We're lacking in the emotional, spiritual, trusting department, and that's okay. Because you're here. Welcome. You came to the right place. Came to a Virgo on a Wednesday. That's a good place to be. Miss PlayStation, peace to the goddess. Hey, Christine, DayTL, what up with you? Oh, cards feel weird. I claim it. Deirdre, peace. You got Saturn and Pisces. This is the 8 of Cups. You're dealing with hot here. So you're dealing with the celestial technician, the labeling. That's the Mercurian energy, invocation and manifestation in your space. So Saturn and Pisces is challenges to your belief system, because Pisces deals with what you believe. Saturn is giving you the challenges that brings you the discipline, the order, and the structure that you need to keep moving forward in your spiritual self. So if you've experienced some challenges in the things that you know and the things that you've been harvesting in your space based upon what you know, expect some challenges in those spaces, because now it's time to go a little bit more towards what you believe. You know what I'm saying? Some of that stuff is given to you for the outside of yourself, not so much as within. And it just will happen. Well, you got the 8 of Cups, transformation on your emotional self. So this is also an 8 card, so it makes sense. Acceptance, y'all. Acceptance. And I see a nice alignment. Abundance to your solar plexus chakra, your space of empowerment. You know what I'm saying? Enforcement, the celestial enforcing energy. Ooh, there you go. I'm not doing a good job. My bad. Oh, there you go. So it's a photo of my man's. He over here struggling. You know what I'm saying? Because he dropped a coin down there. And he's upset. But then this girl, she finds the coin. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all about like your mindset. Where you going? This man dropped the joint down there. He over there stressing and drinking and stuff like that. But then she ended up picking it up. And it's like sometimes you got to drop stuff and you got to lose stuff and you got to put stuff in certain places because somebody else is supposed to pick that up. But that doesn't mean that there isn't something out here for you to pick up instead. You know what I'm saying? So don't let, because you lost something or you dropped something, to do away with your faith, because that probably wasn't in alignment with what you're supposed to have. Remember I was telling you about that earlier. Like, if you're not in your proper like space and you fighting against your aura to live a life that you want to live, you'll find it difficult to play the game where you at. Like, dang, now my car breaking down. I can't get to this job that I fucking hate. This sucks. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Like, you dropping shit, but that job is for somebody else, because somebody else was praying for that job. You know what I'm saying? You know, there might have been a mechanic that like lost some bread. So now you got to take your car to the mechanic. You got to give him your money, and that makes you mad. But that mechanic really needed that. You know, he might have needed to pay for something crazy, whatever. But then it's also like it slowed you down. You lost your job, so now you got space to go somewhere else. So just because you dropped some coin, like, you got to learn how to see like the bigger picture and trust the universes and rooms and spaces. You might be at the mechanic and have a conversation with somebody that's also an entrepreneur, and they probably already in real estate investment or whatever and stuff. And just by you like opening up your vortex and trusting the universe and sitting there and having a conversation, just be open to the energy you just attracted for the day. Like, I'm always very intentional with the energy. Hey, energy, peace to the God. Welcome. I'm very open to the energy I attract, like wherever I'm at. Like, why are you in my face right now? Why are you in my space? What are we supposed to be talking about? What you want? Even if it's somebody that gets on my, like, that's trying to trigger me or irritate me, I'll keep going until I'm like, oh, okay, that's why this energy was attracted in my space or whatever. Like, you know, it's fun there. It's like I don't know, it's a game to me. I have fun. I like to talk. I'm a Virgo still. I got a lot of Virgo placements, so I be having fun. Do you have a good spiritual book you recommend? Metu Netter is my go-to. That's kind of like my Bible. I won't lie to you. And if you message me, if you message me your email, I do have some PDFs in my computer. I have Metu Netter Volume 1, 2, and 3. I can give them to you because they're actually pretty, they're not counting your pockets, but they are expensive books. But I can give you the PDF for free to start you off with. That's something I would start off with. They're pretty thick, a little thick, but you know, they're good books. But yes, that's the one. I like The Alchemist too. It's a story, you know what I'm saying? But I like it. It has a lot of good quotables. I actually have the quote on my computer screen. I keep it on my computer screen, my phone, my laptop. They all have the same Alchemist quote. And it's, when you want something, the universe conspires to helping you achieve it. That was one of the quotes that really stuck out to me heavily. And then as a jeweler, another quote that stuck out to me heavily is, all metals have a destiny. Sometimes people get caught up in copper or gold or silver or whatever, but all metals have a destiny. They all have something. I like the story kind. So I will go for The Alchemist. This is Paulo Coelho. He has another book too that I haven't read yet, but I heard great things. But The Alchemist is a big one. This is a good one. I love it here. I might read it again because it's been a while. My sister had this book for mad long, and she finally gave it back to me. All right, last card. Oh, disagreements. This is your last card. Disagreements, and you see the ring breaking, and that's like the breaking of, you know, realities and like the cycles that you had been putting yourself in. You know what I'm saying? There's a tug of war in the cycles that you have been in, whether you want to stay in them or not stay in them. And just know that sometimes the personifications of the realities that you have created go away too. So like certain people can't stay in your place, in your space, when you make certain decisions. And just learn to accept that part of it as well. You know, we're all personifications of energies, of gods, of nature, of, you know, experiences and stuff like that. So it's like when I stopped drinking. I drink wine every now and then, but I don't really drink. So when I stopped drinking like that, I lost a lot of friends. Why? Because they were personifications of that. They were personifications of the fact that I drink and I party and stuff like that. So when I stopped drinking, they went away. When I started a business, when I started homeschooling my kids, I didn't have time for certain friends, especially friends that didn't have kids at all, because they didn't understand why I was choosing to homeschool my kids instead of sending them to school and having a free babysitter. They couldn't get it. So they didn't want to be around me no more. When I went vegan, I was raw vegan for 5 years. When I went vegan, I had friends that didn't understand. They had to go away because they was personifications of me going out to certain restaurants and eating how I wanted and drinking and partying and, like, you know. Did they go with the fight? Yeah. They was disrespectful as hell. And I was like, damn, y'all was my friends. This is crazy. I regret nothing. I love it here. You know what I'm saying? I love it here. I was able to heal my oldest son. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to say some weird shit about my oldest son. He was vaccine injured. That's what started my journey of going raw vegan and getting into Dr. CB and stuff, because I was trying to detox him. I felt so bad. And people couldn't understand the route I was going in. I had a girlfriend that was she went to school for nursing. So it was like we were always bumping heads because she just knew everything because she could regurgitate the textbook. And I'm like, well, who wrote the textbook and why did they write it? You know what I'm saying? Like the fuck. But that friend had to go away. And ironically, that friend was my son's godmother. Don't talk to her no more. My kids have not seen their godmothers in years. I don't hang out with either one of them. I guess I need new godmothers, but I don't have any. I got 2 friends. That's what I got right now. I got 2 friends. But yeah, so that's your reading, Trevo. If anybody else wants a reading, I am here. But let's get to the ascending line. So the ascending line is the energy that you give off, that you present or whatever. So then we get into the first house with it. The first house is the appearance of our overall aura together. So we started the first new moon with Mars was literally on the ascendant line. So the things that we were enforcing in our space was in our overall aura. So it makes sense on that new moon. Let's see what happened. I'm sitting in front of the computer and I'm dropping the ball because I didn't even bother. October 2nd, 2024 event. Since y'all ain't going to help me, let's see what was happening on October 2nd, 2024, because that's what was in our aura. And that was what was attracting whatever we attracted as a whole, whether in outer space or whatever. So we had the eclipse, of course. It was National Coffee with a Cop Day. That's weird. National Custodian Day, Audiophile Day, Pumpkin Seed Day. I like pumpkin seeds. Random Acts of Poetry Day. Ooh, International Day of Nonviolence. Okay. National Produce Misting Day. That sounds weird. National Walk and Bike to School Day. Y'all just be making stuff up. The National Day of Nonviolence was on October 2nd. That's fun. You're welcome. I don't really see. This is why I don't come here, because now I'm looking at everything and I'm over here debunking. I don't like that website. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like this. All right, for kicks and giggles, let's just go with the stuff they had on the Black Mirrors. Oh, that's when they had the VP debate. They was talking about the VP debate. I don't know if y'all watched that. I did. Iran fired missiles into Israel. That could have been Mars over there in the first house. 21 arrested in major capital region drug trafficking bust. That's wild. The New York Attorney General's office reported the arrest of 21 people following a substantial drug trafficking investigation in the capital region. Nearly 10 pounds of cocaine valued at around $450,000. That's it. Was recovered during the investigation, in addition to quantities of fentanyl and heroin. That's crazy. Is that around the time they started coming for Eric Adams? Is he the mayor of New York? I was like, everybody going to jail. That's what's happening. That's what's happening on October 2nd. But yeah, that sounds like a lot of Mars in the first house, our aura body, dealing with the wars and strategic and taking action. You know what I'm saying? Triggers, what makes us angry and stuff. Cool. We also have the vortex in the first house at a 22 degree, the master architect. Ooh, really creating what we have in our space. That's how we set it off in the eclipse energy, with master architect vibes in our fortune. So being able to master your solar plexus chakra, that celestial enforcer dealing with Hera Kahuti energy. The first house can also be associated with the fifth sphere, the Sephira. That's Hera Kahuti. That's the celestial enforcers, and they enforce your law, your alignment with Maya or whatever. But that was the energy we was giving off. Now, November 2nd, Leo was the first house energy. There are no celestial bodies here, but the first house being there is our aura is in alignment with that inner child energy. Being confident and courageous is heavy here. Working on the dramatics. Please learn how to chill with your dramatics, especially with the aura in the first house. Yeah, being overbearing and opinionated is heavy here too. As far as Native American energy, this is the energy of the salmon, in case y'all didn't know that. But creative journey, being focused and determined is heavy here. Now, the second house, October 2nd, we started with the second house being in that Leo energy. So now all that confidence and courageous and ambitious energy was sitting in the Taurus house of finances and business. So y'all probably embarked on this Libra energy of like business, getting my stuff in order, especially if you did a lot of invocation and manifestation and harvesting energy back in Virgo season in the month of 9 when we were focused on moot or whatever. And then we come into the energy, Libra energy, putting our cosmic seeds in the winds, the Libra winds or whatever, and letting those balance out and stuff like that, And then with the second house, when we get to the next new moon on November 2nd, is going to be in Virgo energy. So now we're harvesting that energy. You know what I'm saying? So we move in the confidence and the creative energy during this season, and then we begin the next season with really harvesting the things in our second house. Second house dealing with we're dealing with wealth and business, values, priorities, facets of love, how you obtain and maintain things that are beautiful and important to you and stuff like that. That's cool. Then the third house, which is the Gemini house, which is dealing with community. We deal with the community like first cousins, siblings, parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, people you grew up with, people you went to school with, your neighborhood, maybe the Tri-City area, the little like traveling situation, intellect, learn how to be versatile and adaptable, but being focused at the same time. You should be able to do both. I should be able to adapt and focus. You know what I'm saying? So I have this goal, but I'm flexible with how I get to this goal. That's what it's about. Not like, I got 29 different goals. I got plan A through Z. You don't have to have plan A through C. You can have plan A. You could just have different routes that'll get you to plan A. Like a lot of you guys are going towards nationality. There's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. You can get to that nationality in a bunch of different ways. Peace, Lady Sunshine. Peace to the goddess. So, be mindful of that. But that is in Virgo energy. What it is that you're manifesting or harvesting in your community, your communication, and your adaptability and versatility. Thought process is heavy here. A lot of heavy thinking and intellectual conversations, intellectual energy exchanges and stuff. It's cool. Now, when we get to November 2nd, the third house is on Libra scale. So now we're finding balance, harmony, justice, truth, and righteousness in our community, right? We manifested the community. We've harvested the community. Now we're going to tweak it. We're going to carve at it a little bit. And we have the South Node sitting there. So that's what we're accustomed to, is at a 39 degrees. So that's understanding and birth. Our understanding of the community is what we are, giving life to in our space. Hey, Chris. And that also brings us to knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, because 3 + 9 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. So that's the journey with that South Node as we start the next season. And then Lilith is over here in Libra. So Lilith is over here next to our South Node and what we're accustomed to, the dark side of the moon. And that is at I lied. The South Node is at a 4 degree. It's at a 39 latitude. So numbers still apply, but it's coming from a space of foundation. Now, Lilith is at 13, which is a karmic debt number. And 13 is a karmic debt number, one, because of 13 phases of the moon. At one point in time, we weren't allowed to celebrate the moon or feminine energy or anything like that. And anybody who was caught doing so was, killed or whatever, because, that was I was listening to Jose Sanchez one time, and he was talking about the Civil War and how the Civil War is actually the Silver War, which was the war against feminine energy. And that's why we have so much masculine stuff going on. And like people do away with the feminine energy of going inward and intuition and all that stuff like that for a long time. And everything was outside of self, like wealth, love, ambition, motivation, intellect. Everything was outside of self. Even religion was outside of self. Like I got to read this Bible and go to this altar at this church instead of realizing that I already have the downloads and my altar is right here. You got to get through the sun to get to God. You know what I'm saying? So people are like, oh, I got to go through some sun outside of me to get to the God outside of me. like all that kind of stuff. So that's why 13 is a karmic debt number. 13 is also a karmic debt number because it's 1 and 3, so it's knowledge and understanding, and it's very difficult to get to a space of bina or understanding from your knowledge, especially in the kind of society that we live in, because a lot of the catchers that we receive, which is the ones, the downloads, the intellect, the knowledge, it's either coming from somebody that's trying to control you, somebody that wants you to stand under you. That's why whenever like you have people that call you to create bonds and contracts and pay for this, pay for that, or when you go to court or you're dealing with a police officer, all the stuff you don't want to deal with, the first thing they say is, do you understand? And basically they're saying, do you stand under me and what I'm saying? And because we have all these wounds in our root chakra when it comes to these entities, and these entities, like they don't even got to try with their solar plexus chakra. We just be giving them the fucking power. Our solar plexus chakra gets so fucking small in the presence of these people, or sometimes it gets so big, it's actually underactive, but it gets so underactive that it is expressed overactively. You know what I'm saying? Because all that energy might go through the throat chakra instead, or to the heart chakra instead, but it's not in the solar plexus chakra anymore. You know what I'm saying? But people's 1s and 3s get fucked up when y'all around certain people that are here to try to like confuse your understanding and your knowledge and your intellect, and say, oh, do away with those downloads and all that stuff. That's crazy. We over here doing this instead. You know what I'm saying? So be mindful. But yeah, so Lilith is at a 1 and 3. So Lilith is providing that primordial energy to the 13s. 1 and 3 come together and makes foundation. Peace, Chris. You said I'm interested. So you want to read it? I'm actually, this is wrapping up. This is the wrap up of the tropical transit chart. Remember, tropical deals with your thought process. So tomorrow when I see y'all, we're going to go over the Vedic chart, which deals with the happenings in our space. And then we also have the Draconic chart, which deals with our soul's experiences. So those 3 charts we're going to go over. And then I have chart, and then on the 4th day, I have a chart comparing the 3 together. So, we get to go through all of that, and that's going to be a good time. But yeah, Chris, if you want a reading right now, let me know. I'm about to flow into the elements, so let's do it. I guess I can stop sharing the screen now, so you guys can see my face. There we go. All right, so I can start with my fire babies, which I think we should focus on Jupiter going retrograde in Gemini, because that's kind of wild, right? So, to my fire babies, I'm talking to Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. You guys, this could be in any placement, whether it's in your sun or somewhere else, whatever. Fire is about, like, Leo is 30, is like less than, it's like a 30 degree away. So it's not necessarily square. It's not really square. And then Sagittarius is also 30 degree, and then Aries is also like 30 degree away, and then Sagittarius is like the op. So y'all fire babies, y'all have, y'all can utilize this Jupiter and Gemini to y'all advantage. Be mindful of allowing the air, and then Jupiter brings abundance and expansion to whatever energy it's in. So it could be like expanding that fire for y'all and putting y'all too far deep into y'all sacral chakras, or whether you're the solar plexus chakra of Aries, or the external third eye, the sun, which also associates with Tippereth, which is your heart, but your experiences of Leo and how dramatic they are, or dealing with, the sacral chakra of Sagittarius. Be mindful, allowing yourself to overindulge into these spaces. Hey, Andrew, peace to the God, because Jupiter could do that to you. Pay attention to how you've been treating your Jupiter in the past. I'd tip it. My personal Jupiter is in Leo. So, like I said, Leo is like 30 degrees away from Gemini energy. So I got to be mindful of overindulging into my Leo energy and wanting to be in those dramatics and all that stuff like that. It could put me in a space. Put me in a space of addiction. Meeting that equal opposite energy can be like a little slap in the face, sometimes necessary. I'd rather not. I choose peace. My Leo, what else I got in Leo? I'm also a Leo rising. So, that aura that I give off, just being mindful that I'm keeping it controlled. You know what I'm saying? I'm not creating forest fires, because that air and fire can create a bigger fire, forest fire, but then that air and fire, that air could also blow that fire out. So be mindful of that too. You know, you don't want to be blown out. So, pulling a card for my fire signs. Stillness. We're dealing with Pluto here, which is transformation, power, and empowerment, and we're also dealing with what symbol is that? I always could get Jupiter and Saturn mixed up. I know one of them looked like a 4 and the other one looked like 5, but in different font. They both be looking the same. That look more like Saturn now. So Jupiter and Saturn, your solar plexus chakra and your root chakra is heavy here. You know, your enforcement, your stillness is cool here. Then I see the Scorpius here creating transformation with the Pluto. I see the roots here for Saturn, brings to the root chakra. You know what I'm saying? So being in a space of stillness, you got 4 and 7, which is foundation and God. The Libra scales bring you to a number of mastery. So mastering that stillness. Again, being mindful. Don't overindulge into that fire energy. It'll be really easy to do too. I ain't gonna hold you. It's gonna be some stuff that try to pull you in to the dramatics and reacting, especially my Aries placements out there. Like y'all gonna get quick to anger and stuff like that. Especially if that makes especially if that's your happy place. Don't do it. You don't gotta do it. So we're gonna expand on it a little bit to my fire placements. 2 of Wands, and then it's a fire energy. Chokehold. Putting other people in the chokehold. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Then we got the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is the one that go looking for the trouble, driving around like, yeah, let me find that. Let me find this nigga. Don't do it. Don't do it. So basically the card is telling you all the things not to do. This is not what we're gonna do here. This is not what we're supposed to be doing. Please don't do it. Crazy. Ooh. God body cut. I don't know why this deck is like, not today, y'all. I wanted the day off. Oh, you got another Knight of Wands. And this one is dealing with the Temperate, which is the 6th Sephiroth, dealing with the heart. Deal with the fire in your heart, your dramatics, your emotional stuff, because stuff is going to trigger you into the dramatics. Again, don't do it. Don't do it. I told y'all my cards is my backup singers. Eventually, y'all gonna get used to us. But she's just gonna repeat herself again. Hey, lifestyle. Peace to the God. Thank y'all for joining. Feel free to tap that screen, like, share, pull up in the comments. Soulmate. Even if that soulmate is yourself, you know what I'm saying? Go back down to the root chakra, do the work down there, and bring you back to that transformation in the root chakra. You know what I'm saying? You could also focus on Pluto and Capricorn, which is Pluto and that Saturn energy too. So transformations in that realm of things. But yeah, finding your soulmate through yourself and how you feel, how your energy is going. Thank you for the follow, Amanda. Peace to the goddess. Does that mean that is that 11/17? Yeah, that's your birthday? That's what's up. Opening up your third eye and your root chakra can help you, understand or understand why you react the way you do in your fire stuff. You know what I'm saying? Lost secrets here. Transformations in the cipher. Building and destroying in the cipher. So somebody going to tell y'all something. Listen. 1, 2, 3. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. This can be the solution. This can be the cause. Focus on the stillness through it all. Okay? That's what I got for y'all fire babies. All right, so we're going to go on to air. Let's do air. When we do air, we talk about Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra scales, right? And these are different facets of socializing. So Libra deals, hey, Viva, welcome back, goddess. Welcome back, Bookham. So Libra deals more so with interpersonal relationships, one-on-one relationships, bonds and contracts in that interpersonal relationship. Gemini more so deals with your community, as far as like your family, immediate family you grew up with, your neighborhood, Tri-City area. And then Aquarius deals with society and also people exiled from society, people that are revolutionary in the energy in the realms of society. So, those are the 3 facets. Also 3 facets of knowledge. Oh, you're a Libra. Oh, peace. 9:30. I was wondering what the 11/17 was. Happy belated birthday too. And happy Libra season. Are you enjoying Lilith over here in your experiences? Are you having fun? Because I see quite a few Libras. I'm like, y'all good over here. Some of y'all experiencing Lilith in a crazy way. But it's okay. Thanks. Yes, I'm having so much fun. I know that's right. When Lilith entered Virgo, I was really excited because I'm a Virgo. And I was like, yeah, I can't wait. And now my sun is in Virgo, but so is my moon, my Mercury, and my Venus. Hey, keep it coals. So I was really excited when Lilith got here. Like, yeah, I'm going to have fun. It's going to be dark here. We love it. And I was bored as hell. I think it was like the universe, like, nah, we gotta keep you where you at. We gonna put situations in your space that's gonna block you from doing whatever it is you think you finna be doing. And I'm like, oh, all right. We just gonna be bored here. It's cool. Keep my heart light as a feather or whatever. Mm-hmm. But yeah, my air babies. So for y'all with Gemini, well, Jupiter is actually in air, in the Gemini energy. So expansion and abundance. Some of y'all gonna be trying to juggle romantic relationships. Some of y'all gonna be trying to juggle opportunities. Depends on where air is for you. My Mars is in Gemini, so is my Vesta. So this is my motivational space or whatever. It's what I like to do. But be mindful of overindulging in these spaces of air. Be mindful of overextending yourself. You know, you can't fall into a space of obsession or addictions. You can also fall in a space of like really burning yourself out or moving too fast, saying yes to too many things, you know, being too impulsive, you know what I'm saying, in your desire to be air, because you know air can't be kept in a container. It's all over the place, you know what I'm saying? So in your desire to emulate that energy, you could be putting a lot of, you know, pressure on your physical body. Grounding yourself is key here, okay? We really appreciate you guiding me. I'm taking notes too. Oh, peace. Thank you. So be mindful of that is really important here with Gemini, because you know Gemini be meaning well. It's kind of like Obatala Christmas spirit is like, I come here and I got the gifts, da, da, da. But if you have an overabundance of this energy, it's like too much mercy without the discipline, without the Jabora, Sephira, bringing the discipline and the order and the restriction, which we need. We need both. It's not one over the other. It's you're allowed to have, you need both, basically. It's not a fight over, oh, I can't feel joy and stuff like that because I got to be disciplined. No, you're supposed to feel joy while you're being disciplined. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Trust. And you got Babinsana. I'm not too familiar with that plant, but you're going to focus on the moon and Neptune. So your intuitive energy here is heavy here. It's being in your spirituality. You see the DNA coming to our heart chakra, a lot of waterways and dealing with the ancestors and stuff. So trust is heavy here. Trusting. So when you trust, you don't have to be all over the place. You don't have to cover all facets and stuff, because I can come from a lack of trust. Like, oh, I need to cover all the edges. I have to have plan A through Z because, you know, I don't trust plan A to work. You know what I'm saying? So you need A, B, C, D, E, F, G because you're not trusting it. Sometimes that's where a lot of that being all over the place can come from. You know what I'm saying? I don't really, like, as much as I want this thing, I don't really believe I'm 100% going to get it. So let me have a backup plan. Let me go do this over here too. You know what I'm saying? Or like when, like I said, some of y'all going to have multiple partners and it's coming from a space of, you know, I like this person, but I'm not too sure if this person likes me or this person's going to give me my energy back, or that you're not fully trusting your ability to cultivate a relationship and you're not trusting that individual to do the same back to you. So you making sure you got other people over here. You got, you know, ways to keep your attention and stuff over there. And some of you guys are doing that with job opportunities. Some of you guys are doing that with your dreams and your goals and aspirations. Don't do that. If this is something that you really want, pour yourself into it. Are you going to have to sacrifice stuff? Absolutely. Are you going to have to go against the grain of the things that you've been taught? Absolutely. The fuck? That's the whole point of it. When you see people do outlandish things, and when they finally, you know, get the nerve to tell y'all the backstory behind it, they had to give up mad stuff and they had to endure hellish shit to get to where they at. You think you exempt from that because you got plan A through Z? No, you're not. You're just dragging yourself out for no reason. Yeah, see, hiding behind the sword, hiding behind that air energy. Don't do that. Trust. You don't need to be all over the place. We know you can do it. You know, of course, y'all got them air placements for a reason, but you don't need to do that. Trust what it is that you pouring your heart into and what you like to do. You know what I'm saying? You deserve to do that. Hey, 2-3, peace. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. It's still Wednesday, right? Yeah, we got 3 more minutes of Wednesday. 5 of Pentacles, searching outside of self. Searching outside of self for your adventures, your intellect. The walking in the power of your truth is not outside of yourself, it's inside of yourself. So remind yourself that when you find yourself needing to have plan A through Z, needing to have plan through A through Z is because you think that you are following whatever guidelines is not inside of you. You following something that somebody taught you. Life is supposed to be like this. Something like that is supposed to be like that. Da, da, da. Like, oh, I like this dream. I want this dream, but it's out of line of what I've been taught. A woman is supposed to be like, a mother is supposed to be like, an adult is supposed to be like, responsibility is supposed to look like, flyness is supposed to be like, culture. It falls out of line of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's because all of that has been taught to you. All of that shit is outside of yourself. Your insides don't care about none of that. That's why, like Trevo was saying earlier, you know, a lot of people are depressed and miserable, and you could feel it. You could feel it before they even open their mouth to you. You could feel it. And that's because they're creating, they're living outside of themselves. I gotta be here and do this and do that so I can have this and look like this and act like that. And that's all shit that somebody else told you. That's not nothing that's going on in here. That's why in here is miserable and there's a war going on in here. And when somebody comes into your energy and they're emulating that balance and that harmony and that justice in their energy that you don't have in yours, it's triggering. It's a disruption. It's irritating. You know what I'm saying? Especially to my Libra babies. Y'all practice, you know, balancing that air. Gemini, practice that air too. Aquarius, y'all don't gotta be rebels without a cause. Coach, peace. You got Diable, the devil, Capricorn energy. So we're focusing on Tippereth, the heart, and Had, the celestial technicians, labeling things and stuff like that, and what you value in that heart. Like I said, everything, all the things is outside of yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Go within, right? But that's what the devil card is about. It's about like you value too much. You're valuing too much stuff, and it's sitting in that Capricorn, that root chakra. And like that's not how it's supposed to be set up. You got to learn how to value yourself and what you got going on. It comes from within, not outside. Trust, grief in the heart chakra. And that's probably why you guys feel like you have to be everywhere and do everything, because there's grief in that heart chakra. It's pain in that heart chakra. And so you need to have plan A through Z, because you watch somebody half-ass do plan A by themselves, and they probably was in this shit. See, some of y'all look up to people and y'all not even aware of their energy or their journey when you're looking up to them. Like, oh, I looked up to this person. They had all the things and they had but you don't realize, but you still not paying attention to the war they had to go on within to have all those things you're looking up to and you're inspiring yourself to. You just know you're miserable and you like, damn, what's wrong with me? Because they over there doing it the right way. They didn't do it the right way. They miserable too. They're just not going to show you. If you're going to break generational curses, break the generational curses. Thank you for the favorite, Cupid. I appreciate it. Disloyalty. Ooh, putting the hand up. Like, nah, I don't want that handshake, nigga. Don't be disloyal. Don't be disloyal to yourself. And be mindful of that energy. Like that brought me back to the person you watching, somebody that you watching, bro. And there's something off about them, but you're not catching it because you're too busy worried about the things. And it's not about the things. So get your mind off the things and just go inward and mind your business. And that's for my air babies. Hold on, let me pop y'all on a charger. For those of you who want to meet me, I might die, and I'm gonna pop back in on y'all. Just give me grace. Because my one charger is like, yeah, I don't care about nothing, man. Whoop. Maybe it was TikTok. There you go. My bad, y'all. Why is you doing that? Because my thumb keep touching it. My bad. I'm trying to get it together. Okay. There we go. So that's for my air babies. The swords and the pentacles go outward, you know, go inward. It's not about the outward. It's not about the things, you know. The devil card, you focus on the things and the material things and being disloyal to yourself and your own energy because you're trying to watch somebody else that was disloyal to theirs. So now we're going to get into water. When I speak on my water babies, I'm speaking on Cancer. Cancer deals with like the surface of the waters. You know, that's the emoja energy, being on top of the waters. You know, that shell, you know, water, the meniscus, which is the surface of water, is the strongest thing we have. H2O is a really strong bond. You know what I'm saying? It's really, I've never belly flopped because I don't trust water. I don't got no water in my chart. We don't do that over here. The only thing I got in my chart water is I got my Pluto and Scorpio, which is a sign to stay away from water. I died in water one time. And then my Chiron is in Cancer. More reasons not to trust water. I don't trust that water. But yeah, so water, Cancer deals over the surface of the waters, and then we have Pisces that rules over the deep mysteriousness of the water, things beneath the horizon. That's why you get into Mayat when you get into that realm of things. And then we have David, what's the other water? Scorpio. Scorpio is another mysterious water energy, because what water is Scorpio's water connected to? We don't fucking know. But you got, Cancer ruling over your third eye, and then Pisces ruling over the sacral chakra, your Maya, and then you have Scorpios ruling over your solar plexus chakra, the manipulator, the enforcer of that Aries energy. Hey, Lord. So for my water babies dealing with Jupiter and Gemini, that's that air vibe. So Cancer is like right next to Gemini, so y'all like conjunct, so you can like that intuitive energy, the surface on the waters, and that nurturing energy, nurturing the community and stuff like that. That might come just like that for y'all, my water babies, in that realm. Now for Pisces, y'all a little further out, y'all kind of square. Certain degree of y'all is kind of square, so y'all can have some difficulties with this Gemini energy, because y'all like to be in that Olukun, separate from everything, and deep waters and the mysteriousness. And Jupiter is calling for an expansion in the community and coming out and being more like interacted, not square. It's not square. And sometimes I think it depends on the degree, but I thought so, because Gemini is 2. And Pisces is, I don't know. I said it wrong. Hey 5D, peace to the God. I'm almost done. Once I'm done, y'all can come in the box and stuff. But yeah, Pisces is the Olukun, is the deep waters. They don't really want to be in that community realm of things. They like, and they're more so dreamers. So having that dreamy energy can cause some friction with Gemini's intellect. It's knowing and believing. I'm good. How you doing, beloved? Happy Wednesday. Well, now Thursday. Happy day of Obatala. And then you have Scorpio energy, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's like 150. That's one more sign away from being op, but it's not quite there yet. So you have so you can use it somewhat as an opposition. They can flow together, but they don't meet or attract or whatever. But feeling empowered by your community could be heavy for y'all, because Jupiter is expanding that Gemini energy. So it's wherever you want to flow with it, or however way you want to fall with it. And when I say Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpius, it's wherever that falls in your chart, right? Whatever planet falls in that realm. So by like November, we have Sun and Moon and Scorpio energy. So having like third eye empowerment, internal and externally, like whether it's in your experience or inexperience, is power in your community. You guys should be surrounded by more people that empower you or challenge your power. It depends on where you are in the inside. Are you still challenging your power? Are you still not believing in yourself? Do you still not feel 100% confident or strength? And having the need to debate and be heard to convince other people what you think, and that's the sign of not feeling entirely empowered and what you think and stuff like that. So being mindful of that is key as well. And then like having like Saturn over there in Pisces and Neptune over there in Pisces, opening the portal of the Akashic records, creating challenges in that Piscean energy, having challenges happen in what you believe in, and the things that you thought to be true, that can create some friction with that Jupiter being in Gemini, because Jupiter is bringing that expansion and that joy to your community. But if it's some shit going on in your community and you're like, wait a minute, I'm realizing that like you really ain't shit, or this person really did this, or that person got a secret baby over there, or the certain things that you've been thought to be true and stuff like that, is like challenges happening, that portals open and realizations happening. It's like making you look at your community a little different. But like, instead of holding that callous in your heart and keeping it, remember, be in charge of your aura, be in charge of your energy and what you attract, because instead of being focused on that stuff, like just maneuver yourself. Like, okay, this happened. This is the reality. Like, don't let it change your vortex, because y'all water people, y'all are very strong in y'all intuition and y'all spiritual, y'all emotional energy. Without us even like knowing what y'all feeling, we can feel your feelings. It's very heavy, and it, especially Pisces, very heavy. And it does affect a lot of people. As much as you feel like you're separating yourself from society and, I'm just going to isolate myself and be over here, people can still feel the isolation. People can still feel like the premise and the intentions with the isolation and the separation and stuff like that. And so, be aware and accountable. That's what a fire sign like me look forward to: challenges and ambitiously sparked. Word. I did the fire already. I did the fire first, I think. Offerings, tobacco. Ooh, so we got, tobacco used to be smoked as like a spiritual connection. I was a spiritual practice, but you're going to focus on Mars and Pluto. So focusing on your solar plexus chakra, again, coming to like, oh, you don't feel as strong and powerful and all those things like that. Being mindful of that, those tests come in there. My bad. There you go. Focus on your solar plexus chakra, y'all. Your space of control, your space of empowerment. Mars ruling over your ambition and your motivations. We can feel the intentions behind the things that y'all doing. Pluto associated with Scorpius energy, that space of power. And I told y'all we start the thing off with the sun and the moon and Scorpio. Mercury is also at that 29 degree, that degree of mastery over there in Scorpius energy. So being mindful of what you invoke into your spaces. Key here. And then Mars is giving you that strategic solar plexus chakra over there in Cancer. A reverse Ace of Wands. So I'm being stagnant in y'all movements. Not moving where you're supposed to be moving to. Be mindful of that. I knew that was going to happen. Then Hey, Nita. Oh, you got another reverse. You got a reverse of cups here. Reverse Ace of Cups. So a lot of that not acting is not believing as well. You're not tapping into your intuition, so you're not acting out on the things. All right, water babies, don't get stagnant out here. Don't be moving funny. Don't move funny. I know air can be overwhelming because it's so fast. It's so fast. Like all the planets go through Libra like nothing. Because it's the smallest air. It just deals with interpersonal relationships. It's not as expansive as Aquarius or Gemini. But I know that could be a lot and very heavy on your water babies. But stay in your intuitive space. You know what I'm saying? You have the power to slow things down to your liking, for real. Just because it's going fast around you, it doesn't have to be going fast within you. You know what I'm saying? So stay to your course, stay to your trust, stay to your power. Ace of Coins. Oh, so y'all getting all aces. And this one was in reverse too, but these decks, I don't really do reverses with these decks, but just to show y'all, so y'all don't think I'm lying, this came in reverse too. So not only do you got a reverse Ace of Wands and Cups, yeah, Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups, you got an Ace of Coins too. Come on now, what the fuck? Get it together. Y'all know y'all powerful beings. But the coins, it deals with ketters. So there's like a big blockage happening here on my water placements, my water babies. Y'all gotta work on that. You know what I'm saying? Work on it. Work on that imbalance. So the initial card is like offering, provide an offering, create an altar, do the offering. I say more so within yourself, but if you need to do it outside of yourself, you could do that too. But I would be very intentional with what you ingest. Right now, if you guys got to go on fast or whatever to be more intentional with what you guys have been ingesting, I would definitely do that. Because that is going to be in alignment with your offering. Prayer. Still coming back to that same energy of offering. Prayer in your solar plexus chakra in your space of empowerment. It's heavy here. Bro, just turn off the background. What did you do? Thank you. Besides the most. I'm about to close y'all up. Oh, that was flipped already? Oh, hurtful gossip. On the 2-0. Find a wisdom in your cipher. Oh, I got 2. Social problems, 22. So that's probably where it's coming from. Y'all got y'all feelings hurt? Nah, fuck that. So 22 is the number of mastery, the master architect. Social problems is happening here because of certain gossip happening. And let people talk, man. Let them talk. Some of you water babies, y'all are so powerful and y'all so intuitive into y'all things and how y'all doing things and how y'all going about doing things. And you can't allow how other people are ingesting, digesting, and regurgitating the stuff that you guys are doing and practicing and how y'all going about y'all shit. Like this is your story. Now, again, Jupiter is in Gemini. So if it's providing too much expansion, if it's having y'all go in the deep end and all that stuff like that, then pull back. If that's what's happening, you know what I'm saying? Pull back. But you can't let how other people I'm sorry. I'm trying to turn my phone back on and it's just like, give me a second. But I want to do it before I move on to the next element. Jeez, it's so slow. I don't really like this phone that much. But yeah, don't let the way other people is deciding or choosing to interpret what you got going on to determine how you express what you got going on. You have a reverse Ace of Wands. That means that you're not making movements. You got a reverse Ace of Cups. That means that you are not trusting. You are not tapping into your intuition. And then you got a reverse Ace of Coins. So it's like you're not manifesting or materializing in your space. Everything is at a stagnation to you. You know, that might also be in alignment with, you know, Pluto being a retrograde as well, providing, you know, that reverse and the rewind in that space and the root chakra of things too. But you know, at the same token, you know, this is a time of offering. You got the offering here in the prayer. Please give me grace as I repeat some of these things again because now I finally see my stuff coming back up. It's just taking mad long. Come on. Y'all for real. That's all right. Let me trick this card. Oh, I'm sick of y'all. My apologies. All right. So last and most certainly not least, we on the Earth babies with it. So when I deal with Earth, I'm dealing with Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus energy. So Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus energy with this Jupiter and Gemini vibe. So again, Jupiter bringing the expansion. We have Taurus is right next door to Gemini energy. So for the Taurian energy is the heart chakra, feeling that, that level of expansion and joy, and how you obtain and maintain material things. If there's certain material things that you're obtaining and maintaining, and they're stressing you out, and it's not bringing you joy and comfort and stuff like that, let it go. I know some of you guys have been taught to value these certain kind of things, and now you have allowed you value in those things to correlate with how you value yourself. But if it's providing strain, let it go. Also, don't the obsession, the overindulging, hoarding, and all that stuff like that. Even if it's certain things like, oh well, this is good and it's not nothing too crazy, whatever. Just be mindful of that. For Virgo energy, you are 1, 2, 3. You guys are like a square. So Virgo energy might be feeling a little kind of like a square type energy to the Gemini vibe, even though they're both Mercurian, because Gemini energy can be like air all over the place, where with the intellect, while Virgo energy is more grounded and practical and stable. So there might be like a bit of friction there with the need to be practical, stable, and paying attention to detail, versus being like open and expansive and adaptive, more adaptable to the energy. And since Virgo is a mutable energy, why not just learn to adapt to that air vibe? That'll help. And then we have Capricorn energy, which is somewhat of an op, but not entirely, because Sagittarius is the op, but we close to the ops. You know what I'm saying? So Capricorn is close to the ops. So it could be used as like a wand, if you will. They can complement each other as far as, rooting yourself in that ability to be expansive, rooting yourself in that ability to feel joy in your intellect and going in multiple directions with that intellect, and how you move about in your community and stuff like that. Those could be keys there. And it should be able to help with a lot of you guys' root chakra wounds that y'all carry. So pulling a card for my earth babies, my Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, with this peace Topsy. How you doing? Wisdom on the 3 and 7, understanding or creation and God on my yacht scales, Uranus and Mercury. And Uranus just so I'm a Virgo too. Peace. Uranus just so happens to be in Taurus, and we talked about Uranus giving you the progressive pushes. Again, what I was saying about the stuff, how we value stuff, how you prioritize, how you're obtaining and maintaining it. Some of you guys are hoarding and you shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Mercury, we said Mercury was in, we started with Mercury in Libra, finding balance in that space in your heart chakra with your harvest and the things. You're a Taurus, oh, peace to the God. You know what I'm saying? So we want wisdom in this space, wisdom in your materials, and how you operate and what you harvest, progressive pushes to get you to do things different. Having a different level of value in things is key here. You know what I'm saying? So now we're going to expand on that. We want wisdom. We want wisdom in your roots, wisdom in your progressive pushes, wisdom in how you interpret stuff. The Page of Swords. So coming back to that space of intellect and wisdom, because Swords deals with your thoughts and how you think things to be, right? And you see how Hayden the shoe, peace. So you see how she's holding the sword. She's using it for protection. So your knowledge is here to protect you. You know what I'm saying? You can utilize it, to hold you down. You know what I'm saying? With things just make sure that even when you utilizing things that it has, but that knowledge is no longer useful. Be mindful how you're holding that too. Hey Chris, peace. But wisdom comes from the application of knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So, apply some things. Happy day of Obatala. Happy Thursday to y'all. My bad. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So while you guys are utilizing the knowledge to attack, you guys are not mastering the knowledge, not mastering the intellect, not mastering these Libra scales. You guys are, on the fence with the Libra scales, but you guys aren't mastering it and honing it and utilizing it to my earth babies. Hey, y'all, I know that, Gemini energy and under the Libra sun and all that, that can be a lot. That could be heavy to the earth babies that have to see it to believe it. Hey Chris, welcome back. They have to see it to believe it. They have to be grounded into it and to have it and all that stuff like that. But like, sometimes you gotta believe stuff without seeing it. That was like the analogy I gave earlier. You can't keep digging up the seed to make sure that it rooted and it sprouted and it's in the soil doing the things. Like, because you're gonna kill the plant. You keep doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I know we want to, like, I gotta make sure it's sprouting. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. No, you gotta learn how to trust. You gotta learn how to chill. You know, trust your wisdom. You've developed wisdom. Like, you keep how would I go about getting a reading? Okay, so on Wednesdays I do a free hump day reading where like you can get a card spread right now. I also do astrology and numerology chart reading. So if you would like a chart reading, you're more than welcome to message me. I do a free 22-minute healing consultation where I'll show you all my services, all the charts I got and my pricings, and I also barter and I do payment plan and all that stuff. But if you just want the tarot spread right now, you know, just comment right there like, I want the tarot spread right now. I'm on my last element, so I can do you next. I don't have a cue or anything. But yeah. So y'all don't need to see it to believe it. Some of y'all just need to learn how to believe and how to move in that wisdom. Yeah, you'll take that, John. All right, I got you, love. Hey Viva, welcome back. My apologies, my phone died. I knew that was going to happen though. I'm on my backup, John. I don't really like this one as much. You're welcome, Chris. I don't know if you were looking forward to the water reading, but I had got a reverse Ace of Cups. Novus Ordo Seclorum. Peace to the God. Happy Thursday. Happy day of Obatala. Jupiter energy. Peace. I had got a reverse Ace of Coins, Ace of Cups, and Swords. No, Pentacles. So it was kind of like a lot of stagnation, but prayer is the key. Prayer and offering for the water placements is key. Because it's some blockages there. But for my earth babies, you guys utilize your wisdom. You guys have practiced, did a lot of trial and error. You guys have gone through the scientific method many times. Y'all know how things go and how things move. I don't understand why you got to keep seeing stuff to believe it. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, go off. You're going to focus on Sun and Capricorn. Thank you for the fire. Sun and Capricorn, 4 of coins. This is the Chesed. So the Chesed is like mercy. That's the nurturing energy. You know what I'm saying? That's the 4th Sephira. You know, the number 4 deals with 4 is supreme mathematics, is foundation. You know what I'm saying? But and then the Chesed Sephira, it's just dealing with mercy and nurturing and loving. And so that's what some of you guys need to do. Y'all need to nurture and love and hug and just and 4 of coins is stability in your materials. Sun and Capricorn, you know, is being, you know, steady. So some of you guys are not getting your results. Some of you guys are not feeling the physical energy. Welcome back, Goddess. My apologies, my phone died. But some of you guys are not getting the things back, you know, oh, well, it's taking too long to get my return. Oh, it's taking too long to, you know, whatever. And yeah, you guys got to do away with that. See, like, learn how to believe, you know, utilize your wisdom. You know, if I keep working at this, if I keep studying at this, some of y'all don't believe in y'all earth energy. Some of y'all don't believe in y'all ability to manifest because y'all is on a different timeline. Remember, I say I know Libra energy move a lot faster, but Libra energy on the outside of us is not moving to the same speed as the inside of you, especially if your sun is in a slower energy. If my sun, that means that my sun pretty much is in retrograde compared to the sun that's around me. You know what I'm saying? So if your sun is in retrograde in comparison to the energy around you, then give yourself grace as you get the opportunity to move in retrograde at this moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, my sun is in Virgo. My sun is heavier than this Libra. Now, yeah, I do have a mutable sign. It is easy to adapt. But if the, you know, Virgos deal with a lot of anxiety because they try to adapt to everything. So the goal is to find that groundingness. You know, you don't have to adapt everywhere and everything and all that stuff like that. Be in your authenticity. You know what I'm saying? Be to your routine. If you have a routine, regardless of what's going on around you, that helps. You know, that Virgo energy. Capricorn, you know, being that initiative cardinal energy or something, taking charge and stuff like that is heavy here. You know what I'm saying? Taurus energy got to work on moving a little bit, because Taurus is a little fixed and it can be stubborn, and sometimes with that Taurus energy you can get in your own way with it. But like all three signs, get out of that seeing to believing and start having trust. Like y'all know what y'all capable of doing. Y'all aware that we're in a lot of air energy, but be aware that you're still earth. You still having earthly experiences and stuff. Yeah. Nurture that earthly part of you, that sun and Capricorn, those manifesting, materializing experiences, going back to your root chakra and your experiences here too, and nurturing them. Nurture them. We are going to focus. Oh, y'all need to pray too. Y'all need to sit over there and pray with the water sign. So the earth and water, and it just so happen, aren't y'all equal opposites? Earth and water? No, it's fire and water. It's earth and air. But anyway, earth and water, y'all both go pray with y'all solar plexus chakra. Empower yourselves with a prayer. And bad news. 2 and 4, finding wisdom in the foundation of things that brings you to a number of equality. So whatever this bad news is going to be, it's going to shake up your foundation. It's going to shake up like a bond or contract or interpersonal relationship, and it's going to have an effect on how you deal with your daily routine. So listen, it bad news ain't always like what I was talking about earlier when I pulled that other solar plexus card, right? And it was like somebody had to drop a coin, they had to lose something in order for someone to find the coin. And then I gave the example, like, bro, your car break down. Nobody like it when their car break down, but you had to be in this room because just what happened to be when your car broke down, somebody you need to talk to was getting an oil change. So now y'all get to have this energy exchange real quick. You know what I'm saying? You was in the right place at the right time. Then the mechanic, he probably really needed that business because he was on the brink of closing his business, or something happened. He really needed the funds. You know what I'm saying? But then you got to have the experience you needed to have, and you got to have the energy exchange you had. So you could look at something like, oh my God, it's bad news. What I'm going to do? Woo, wop. But at the same token, it's like, you have wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Empower yourself. Have more confidence in yourself. Be more in self-control, especially in this air energy. It's easy to get swept up and stuff like that, but don't stay there. You don't want to stay there. You don't deserve to stay there. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I had for you, Earth babies. I got the Uranus providing progressive pushes in your Mercury, which is the stuff that you harvest in your space, how you are creating your daily routine, your health and wellness, more than a integral code. Progressive pushes is happening there, and we are wise in that as we deal with this air energy. Protecting yourself with your intellect is heavy, but you also want to feel empowered with your knowledge as well. Some of y'all using your swords, your intellect, your wisdom as a dagger, but you still haven't mastered it. You just using it to be on a debate team, and what good is that? We don't like that. Do something else. And then you're going to focus on your Sephira Chesed, which is nurturing energy, coming from a nurture space, giving yourself mercy and grace, and giving mercy and grace to the energy around you. And then we're going to focus on our solar plexus chakra. Empowering our solar plexus chakra, and prayer is key here. There may be some bad news coming, but we're going to stay in that solar plexus chakra. We're going to stay in that space of chesed, of giving ourselves grace. And we're going to learn how to flip this over and not only have that intellect that's good enough to debate, but also that intellect enough to allow it to empower us and to, put us into, that emperor state, that I'm sitting on my throne and I'm sitting pretty and I'm powerful. You know what I'm saying? You allowed to have that. So that's what I got for y'all. I really appreciate y'all tapping into this planetary forecast, y'all. Happy Wednesday into Thursday. And so I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. So today was all about the tropical chart. So it was how you think things are, you know what I'm saying, based upon your upbringing, your mindset and stuff like that. So tomorrow we're going to get into the Vedic chart, the sidereal chart, which is the happenings in your space, okay? So hopefully I see y'all tomorrow. I'm pretty sure we got some celestial events. We could pull some cards for tomorrow. Feel free to come in the chat and make sure you share my page to your friends and let them know, hey, yo, this girl be doing the thing. You know what I'm saying? And then I will see y'all then. All right. So I'm going to close y'all out. Peace, y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping in. And I'm going to close y'all out too. Appreciate y'all for tapping in.